Mm-hmm. And I will be there for you. Hi, baby. How are you, Brookie? Hello, everyone. Sorry about that. That was I've never gotten rid of that restriction before. Welcome back in. Welcome back in. Welcome back in. Elizabeth, welcome to being a newbie. Please drop your daily heart me's, everybody. Not Joel. Some comments were filtered already. Wait, did I ask for something? What did I ask for? I wasn't even talking. I didn't realize the video was so bad. Let me go back to the transcript. Yes, Team W all the day, baby. That's right, Sammy. I know, Ange. I was like, wait, what did I ask for? Amanda, I think so. Somebody was. It said it up there, but it doesn't tell me who. It just says somebody was filtered. I don't know. If everybody can just tap the screen. I guess I'm going to have to come up with the code word then. Drop your date. I think maybe drop your dailies. Oh. What was that? What just happened? Oh, I'm burning brush, so thank you for catching me up. Absolutely. Maybe, Gabby. You could be right. So I'll just... Actually, let's change it. Cause ain't nobody gonna send that castle. I'm waiting. Oh, we're back on the video. Debbie, I got you, baby. Anyone know if Sandy Toes went today? No idea. Gabby, you might be right. Well, anyway. What are you saying no to, Amanda? Hi, Shelbs 2.0. Everybody tap the screen. I'm just letting people get back in here. How do you know, Amanda? Nevea, it started 20 minutes ago. Hi, come on now. Come on now. Going to get what, Laura? The DVRO? I think so, too. That's why I'm reading these transcripts today, is because, yeah, Sammy, we are. I had to reset. I got to restrict. So are we not allowed to talk about subscriptions either? Prayers for him, the baby, for the fam, for everybody. Honestly. I've been great, Laura. Fabulous. Why? Well, I'm in a little pain. My rib hurts. Oh, nay, I had to reset. I think I said something about the LIVEGOAL, and they were like, you can't do that anymore. Randy, daily heart. Can I even say about the daily? Can I get a Faith? That's so silly. I know. I can talk about an 8-ball. Were you being folded like a pretzel? What do you mean, classic? I know, Gabby. I mean, but you could tell. You could tell by his behavior. Okay, let's pause you. You're screaming. Oh, my rib hurts? No, it's from how I slept, I think. So, can I get a moderator to put about dropping the daily? And let's go ahead and pull these bad boys. Wait, how do I do that? Oh, duh. And yeah. Yeah, and pin it. Pin your comment, Nay. Or if somebody pin that comment. Thank ya. Yes. So we can't even say that anymore? That's fucking stupid. We can't say nothing anymore? Gabby, I don't want to do that. Punish. This is transcripts from the DVRO hearing last September. Shelby, it reads the chat too, so it's whatever your chat says. Yeah, of course. That's always been like that, though. They're just cracking down on that a little bit more. That's why it's always good to have good moderators, which I have the best moderators in the uni. Drop a uni, don't be fake. All right, let's get back into it. Is Gretchen back? That's right, Kathleen. I know that's right, Gretchy. My baddie. She said I never left. All right, Gretch, turn these comments off. Let's start. I fear it might. The uni comments? No, Gabby, it's not that. 2K snapped? What do you mean 2K snapped? He always snaps. I'm trying to get him to snap this. Okay. All right. So anyway, what I said made sense to y'all, I think. Uh-oh. It says I don't have serve. I'm trying to think of there's a moderator that has my number. It says my service is bad, but I don't know if that's T or not. Okay, anyway, whatever. No, I didn't even know about that myself. You said you've observed petitioner with the minor child. Can you describe what petitioner John is like as a dad? At first, he was nervous because John is the baby of the family of me, my cousin, sister, like everybody. He's the baby. That's very obvious. He's never been around babies. He was nervous. He was super protective, super cautious, but he's relaxed. He talks to him when he changes him. He loves bathing him. He talks to him. He's super attentive to him. He makes sure he's got clean clothes. He'll make sure that he's got new outfits. He makes sure that when we come out here and we stay out here, that W has everything as normal as possible because we're in an Airbnb and not our home. He's got his same blankets. He's got his same baby toys. He's got his same little toys, little balls. Everything is the same. And we try and set up each Airbnb for W the same so he has some type of stability and norm. When you say the same, is that because you guys have a setup somewhere else for W? At home in Texas, he's got his own room. But when here, we move Airbnbs every couple of weeks, trying to find a cheaper one. The setup's the same. The diapers and the wipes go in the same spot. I'm screaming. Let's see. You were asked about what you've seen during exchanges, and you mentioned there were some concerning things you've observed about exchanges at respondent and how she cares for W. What have you observed specifically? There was a time when, and I didn't have any concerns really, like, she's a new mom. John's a new dad. They're new parents. They're young. I know she's out here by herself. Her mom's not here with her, just trying to give that little bit of leeway. Cradle cap is normal, or it can happen in babies, so I had gotten some stuff specifically for cradle cap so she could use that also. Sent it back with her. It was never used. The baby, she had dropped W off and he was soaking wet, his entire neck, the onesie. Don't piss me off right now. Please don't piss me off. This is a brand new onesie because we had just bought it. It was wet, soaked in milk. Baby formula. When we met and to go change him, his onesie had mold. Stop. Please stop. Stop right now. So there was mold all in the shoulder. So instead of getting upset, doing anything, having John connect with her and say anything, we just sent back clothes. We just sent back more clothes. There were new onesies, so she's had them. She's tired. Laundry, trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. She sent the clothes back with W at the next exchange. She didn't want the new clothes. They weren't brand new clothes with tags on them. They were clothes we already had. They were correct. I have nothing further. So because they weren't brand new, she sent them back. That's very Brianna coded. Recross examination. Miss Ken. He just can't get the damn Miss and Mrs. right. How many hours a day would you Would you observe petitioner on the internet when he was with you in Garland, Texas? How many hours a day would I observe? Would you observe petitioner on? I don't know. I was working. Were there times when you observed him on his phone or not when he was with you in Texas? I mean, just randomly. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Please continue, ma'am. Just randomly. I wouldn't go like, are you... Damn. She keeps telling her to... He told her to continue and then cuts her off again. Are you aware that the petitioner messaged or informed the respondent about this mold issue with the onesie? No. She's not the parent. She's simply the grandmother there to help. With respect to the content that you received, would you agree with me that that's an issue with the algorithm as opposed to what's being posted? No. If it wasn't posted, it wouldn't be in the algorithm. T, mama. T. Clock it. Clock it. She said if it wasn't posted, then it would have never fucking shown up. Numbnuts. But it's the algorithm that controls how the content gets disseminated. Well, maybe it shouldn't have been disseminated at all. Or me getting tagged in it because my family's being talked about. That's fine. No further questions. We're done? Question mark? Yes. Thank you. You can step down and go back to wherever you came from. Give me one. To wherever you came from is crazy. Give me 1 second. What's next? So I do have my client, and so I guess we can start his testimony. How late are you going to let us go today? We'll go till 4:30. I don't think we're not going to finish, unfortunately. So let's get along. I'll probably stop around 4:15 just because we're going to have to pick a new date and talk about that. Okay. Let's go. John Gacy, you can be seated. Okay. Directed. Okay, here we go. I know you're about to be sassy. John, right now, as we sit here today, what is your relationship to the respondent, Brie Olsen? She's my ex-girlfriend. And you guys share a child together, correct? Yes, ma'am. When did you and Brie meet? Probably a month before Thanksgiving in 2022. And did you guys start dating shortly thereafter? Right away. What was the nature of your relationship? Was it a continuous relationship or off and on? It was off and on. And about how many times did you and Brie break up and get back together? Countless. Was there a period where there was, prior to W's birth, was there a period of time where there was sort of a final break in the relationship when I decided to move to Tampa? When did that occur? A month and a half before Brianna announced she was pregnant. Do you have an idea of what month that was? W was born April 26th. If we could do the math, we can do the math. W was born April 26th, 9 months prior to that, a month before, a month and a half before. So around June or so. Yes, sir. After you broke up with Brianna, in this period of time between breaking up with Brianna and then W's birth, did you guys have any contact with each other, I guess, during the pregnancy? Repeat your question. Did you and Brianna have any contact with each other during the pregnancy? During the pregnancy? Yes. When she flew out 5 months pregnant to the club that I was at to see my best friend. And that was... Why are we flying out 5 months Like, you want to talk about... Like, I understand everybody thinks that I'm biased, and in some ways I guess I am, although I do hold John accountable for some things, like when I think that he's doing wrong, and I don't think he's been the perfect human or parent, but I think he's tried his hardest for sure. I think in the beginning there were struggles because this was all really new to him, but I think that he has started to handle it beautifully. That's just my personal opinion. You don't have to like it. You do have to take it though, because it's mine and this is my page. However, I don't think he's been perfect in the situation, but why are we flying out to clubs at 5 months pregnant? That's just a question. And that was in-person contact, correct? Well, I got invited to the club and she flew out to Tampa to see my best friend. And I ended up, stop right now. And I ended up having to leave the club because I couldn't handle it seeing her. Did Brianna do anything to you remotely after breaking up prior to W's birth? Did she do anything to me remotely? Like, for example, to interfere with your business? Yes. What did she do? She would tell people on TikTok Live to come harass me in my live, and that's how I made my money. Was there ever a time where she took money from you? Yes. What happened? When she hacked into my TikTok Live account and stole around $800 as I was actively on live, and everybody came to my chat and asked me, why did you give Brianna when my hands weren't even touching my phone? Other than hacking you have a TikTok account that has money in it, correct? Yes, ma'am. Multiple accounts. Somehow Brianna was able to gain access to your TikTok financial accounts. Yeah, of course. Yes, ma'am. This wasn't at any point did you authorize her to access your TikTok financial accounts. No, ma'am. Other than that, the time that she hacked, do you have an idea of what month she hacked your TikTok financial account and took $800? I have the dates probably somewhere on my phone, but probably 1 to 2. Maybe sometime in the fall of 2023. Yes, ma'am. Were there any other accounts that were hacked by Brianna after you broke up with her? She hacked in, deleted my 2K USA account, which is my business LLC account that I promote all my brands on. The account that she stole the money from on TikTok, she took it. I'm pretty sure she made it as her own. Wow. I just need us to all understand that there's like laws that there's criminal what's the language that I'm trying to like the what is the fuck time to pop another ad. Y'all know what I'm saying. There's like there's a case for like criminal. Y'all get what I'm saying, for like she could be criminally charged. There we go. When you said she took it and made it as her own, can you explain to the court what you mean by that? When you said she took it and made it as her own, can you explain to the court what you mean by that? I'm pretty... Oops. Sorry, I was getting a phone call. I'm pretty sure she put her profile picture and stuff if it was hers. I can't guarantee that, but she for sure stole money out of the 2K USA account. Like, that's theft, no? Shit. I got arrested for stealing from an HEB. Somebody during the same period of time that she was hacking the 2K USA account and your financial account, someone also hacked one of your accounts and replaced your picture with that. Like I said, I don't know if she actually took that account. She could have left the account, but the account that she hacked on TikTok, she took the money from. But I can't sit here and say that she made it her profile. I don't have access to the account anymore. I don't know if that was the account. So other than those couple of accounts around the same period of time, were there any other accounts that were? She deleted my Instagram with 51,000 followers, and then I had to restart and make another Instagram account and run up 400,000 followers in 3 months. I know that's right, Daddy. You had to do extra work to gain followers back. I had to restart. And then how do you know that it was Brianna who was responsible for deleting your Instagram account? Because she ended up posting saying that one wasn't me, as if the other ones were. So in reference to one of the hacked accounts she took, she claimed wasn't her, but acknowledged that the rest had been her. Exactly, because there was more than one. Objection that there's best evidence or something. I'm going to ask the court. I think it's argumentative, actually, and leading. I'm going to sustain those objections. Understood. Just give me 1 second. Question. Here we go. After you broke up with Brianna, so during the fall of 2023, did she do anything else to harass you online? Try to convince the world that I'm a bad person. Did she share any private information? Countless. Like, what did she share specifically? I mean, private information, my phone number. She leaked my phone number 4 times. And in response to your phone number being leaked by Brianna, what happened? Insane amount of calls. It was hard to juggle my barber business now because I would have only certain clients, my close friends before I blew up, that had my phone number because I wouldn't have an app. So they had my phone number and I couldn't contact with them anymore. She stopped my appointments from happening. And that was, damn, he really could have sued the fuck out of her. And I think he has the case for it. Y'all can disagree, but that's just me. We'll open up the chat in just a second, y'all. What do you mean when you say an insane number of calls? Over thousands. Over what period of time? Was it 1,000 calls in a day? It happens, okay? So for weeks, kind of, and I mean, even till this day, I'll still get a few calls a day, 3 calls a day here and there, because my phone number is still up on her TikTok that's leaked. So it is still visible to the public, my phone number, as we're speaking. And in addition to receiving unwanted phone calls, have you received unwanted contact in any other platforms as a result of respondents' conduct? Well, because she's so huge on TikTok, people hit me up on my Instagram. And so do you. When you say hit me up, are you getting messages from people that you don't know on your social media? Oh, yeah, for sure. And then I also just remember she deleted my YouTube. And a few days before she deleted it, she comments and goes, it would be a shame if his YouTube account got deleted, along with all his videos, and they were gone days later. Has she made any other threats about you or your business or anything like that? Yes, because this is why I haven't been able... Wait, hold on. Yes, because what she would do, she will send subliminal messages. This is why I haven't been able to start my hair care product business, because I'm scared without a restraining order. She had said it would be a shame if that Shopify account got taken down. As in, she's telling people to go thwart her account. What does that mean? I mean, I know what the words mean, but she's not just sometimes subliminal. She will direct people to tell me certain things in my chat. When you were using the word, thank you, Kathy. When using the word subliminal, are you saying texting people to do something? Okay, how often would you say she makes suggestions to her followers to do things to you? She harasses me every day. Okay, so daily this is happening. Yes. And is the harassment limited to telling the followers to do things to you, or does she harass you daily by other means? By other means. Okay. This is also occurring on her TikTok and social media. Yeah, she does all types of form with stuff. What? For example, does she verbally abuse you all the time? What kind of verbal abuse? She calls me a deadbeat. She tried to convince everybody that I'm a bad person, that I'm stuck up. My mother's... Ooh, okay. John, you could have used a different word. Coochie is her exact words, that I don't do anything for my son. Lies about money I sent her, saying that I didn't send her anything before my son was born. She lies about everything. She doesn't tell the truth about anything about me on the internet. She's never said anything positive about me being a good dad. The court, slow down. I just want to ask you something. You talked about verbal abuse. This is written verbal abuse. The witness, she's speaking on live about me. On live. So she live streams. Okay, is that then preserved so somebody can look at it after the fact? Yeah, she will go live stream. So what they will do, you can have 4,000 viewers in your live and you can have only one viewer. But if you screen record it, it will be as if you took the video yourself, it's in your phone. So she will probably get 1,500 to 4,000 people in her live, and then she'll post it later and hundreds of thousands of people are seeing it. So there's thousands of people just sitting around waiting for her to post live. The judge, I'm screaming. Exactly. Me. Literally me. Ms. Budnick, have there been lives posted? So for example, you heard... Oh, fuck, hold on. When we get to redirect, I'm going to open the chat up. Okay. Where was I? Have there been lives posted? So for example, you heard about an exchange yesterday. Did Brianna go live yesterday following or during this incident that happened yesterday at your Airbnb? Did she go live? Yes. Question. Wait, what? Why are they labeling it this way? Yes. Do you have an idea how many people have viewed the live footage of that Brianna posted yesterday? She had around 3,000 current viewers live, and I can check right now, probably over 500,000 people in less than 24 hours, depending on what time it is. Less than 24 hours have seen it, over 500,000. The 500,000 people who watch this, do they then proceed to contact you or contact your family and comment about the things that Brianna says on the live? Yes, but they are only positive messages now because everybody sees how good I treat my son, and they see what she's doing in front of me for the entire world to see. The content that is other than Brianna's lives, can you describe the content that Brianna was posting on her live footage yesterday? What was she doing? She told me that I was going to be the puppet for the next 18 years of her life. I'm a deadbeat. I'm still stuck up my mother's... I'm screaming. We could have found a different word, John. I'm broke. I'm nothing. She also claimed that... Not broke. I think we know who's broke in this situation. I'm Brianna. I'm nothing. She also claimed that W wasn't my son. She said, get that DNA test. I can't wait until you find out. Do you have any doubt that W's your son? That's my son regardless of the DNA. Were there any other? How long was she live yesterday? 2 hours. Were there any other insults she was saying about you during your 2-hour live reporting? Plenty. Do you have them offhand? You don't know your dad. You're nothing but a sperm... Just weird stuff. Sorry. Just all types of things. Like, how many times, if you can quantify, how many times... First of all, she is so weird to say half the shit. Like, you're weird. You're just a weird person. A weird little girl. How many times, if you can quantify, how many times was that live then stream recorded and shared by other people? Probably around 20 accounts and over half a million views, and it's only been a day. That's just one example. How often does she go on live and insult you every single day. Those lives, generally speaking, how long do they last for? 2 hours, 1 to 2 hours. Do you do anything to try to protect your own social media accounts to protect yourself on your own social media accounts from seeing the hateful comments that Brianna is making about you on her social media? I have Brianna blocked on every single account, and she has been banned on multiple accounts for talking bad about me. I had to block her new accounts that she creates. Even though she is blocked, it still comes up. It still comes up on my algorithm because she's talking about me. Does she tag you so that it guarantees you see it? How does that work? I'm pretty sure she does not tag me, but people are seeing it and they want to repost it, so they make sure that I see it. It creates a toxic environment because I get paid from this. This is my job. This is how I support W. This is how I pay for his diapers, his food, his clothes. This is how I pay $10,000. The court, slow down. Okay, I know the judge is just overwhelmed. He's so confused about how this works. He's like, there are people waiting for y'all to go live? Yes, Your Honor. You don't have the ability financially to stop using social media, correct? Exactly. You know, I think maybe we should call it an afternoon because we do have some things we need to talk about. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. I'm going to step down. You're not done. Wait, hold on. By 4:30. Okay. I'm going you to step down. You're not done yet. Yes, sir. We'll be coming back another day. Let's have a scheduling. Okay. We had a discussion of the record that I told counsel and the parties. Blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to get back to testimony. We're doing a hearing on the custody NDV issues. Okay, none of this is relevant. This is all just them deciding on like dates and shit. Just so we're clear. So everybody chill. I think this section is almost done. Yeah. Okay. Holy fuck. Okay. So that was... Hi, Sasha D. How are you, my beautiful friend? I love you so much. All right, Exhibit B. We're back. Okay. This is all introductions. My version was that we had both matters on. Okay. This is all introduction stuff for the respondent, but I think, again, for the sake of time, if counsel wanted to call her. Wait, so they're not letting John back up? That was it? And you have to... Oh, wait, hold on. Here we go. Let me get to it. Is it just your client? Just my client, Your Honor. And then you have to cross-examine Mr. Gacy. Well, I intend to on his case. Okay. Okay. Let's get him back up there. Let's get him... Okay, here we go. We're back on to examination. Hanny. 2 seconds, y'all. Once we get to redirect, I will open up the chat for us to kind of discuss things, okay? Don't think that I'm not coming off that. Mr. Gacy, can you tell the court when did you, from what period to what period, were you in a relationship with the respondent, Brown Olsen? I think it started around Thanksgiving of 2022. It lasted for about 10 months. And during that relationship, was Miss Olsen physically abusive to you? Yes, ma'am. What did she do physically? Hit me, spit on me, pull my hair, spill her drinks on me. And was the abuse that you endured? Sasha D with the money gun. I know that's right. Thank you, Lovey. What do we got left? We got 3 things left. I don't know if we're allowed to say them, but we got the Beluga, we got the Gal, and we got the DJ glasses. If anybody wants to do that, I appreciate you very, very much. If not, T. No big deal. Love y'all down. Thanks, Kelly. And was the abuse that you endured by Miss Olsen limited to physical abuse, financial abuse? I don't know if we can say the word. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, guys. And just to recap, what kind of financial abuse did you suffer from by Miss Olsen? We were both on live stream, and she hacked my backup account and sent herself $800 while we were both on live. So I didn't even have my phone to do that. And has she hacked your phone or accounts on other occasions? Yeah, multiple times. When is the most recent time that you believe she hacked your phone or account? I just took a screenshot of Find My iPhone. It was while I was actually here in Los Angeles. It was my iPhone 14. She hacked that. There was a location behind the Topaz. That's where she stayed. And then she also hacked my YouTube. She made comments about she'd be surprised if my YouTube gets deleted tomorrow. And then it does. I haven't even got to release my hair care products yet because she told everyone it would be a shame if we reported my Shopify, so then I wouldn't get any sales on it. And then also my other Instagram, actually both Instagrams I had to restart, and also my Facebook. Has she done anything online that to threaten you? Still, at any point since the start of your relationship at Thanksgiving 2022? Yeah, I mean, threatens me all the time, really. Like, I don't know, she threatened me with a false police report that she said she was going to make. And so I ended up having to file a real police report on her because she threatened me with that, because she's always harassing me constantly. When you say harassing, can you be specific on what she's doing that you find harassing? Constantly spreading lies on the internet, spreading misinformation, hacking into my accounts, making remarks about my mom and my sister, saying because my mom cried in court last time, she said she can't wait to make my mom cry again in court. Fucking bitch, I swear to God, I don't play about Mama 2K, I swear to God, I'll fucking... Sorry, let me plug this phone in. Hi, Bobo. Hi. Sorry, my dog's out. She said she can't wait to make my mom cry again in court after we already went through that. So she was talking about court a lot, saying how the judge loves her all over social media, that they're best friends. Has she ever? I think we got into that. What about insults? So when you were here last, you testified about various insults that the respondent had directed at you. How frequently were those occurring? I mean, in person or online? Thank you, Pinky. Because the day before court last time, she harassed me in my Airbnb and the police had to be called on her. Specifically, with respect to her online verbal abuse of you, how frequently had that been occurring prior to your last court date? Every day. Has it stopped since you were in court? No. Can you explain to the court how frequently she's continuing to verbally abuse you on the internet? Every day. And when you say every day, what is she doing again? Since our last court date, what has she been doing to continue the verbal abuse online? Well, in ways, she's trying to be super manipulative because she tries to get reposted on these T pages. Mr. Sands lacks foundation as being super manipulative. He can testify to what he observed, but he's kind of using adjectives to describe her behavior. I can do that. John, shut up. The court, hang on. When you give testimony, you should say what you observed and don't attribute something in her mind. So if you think she's being manipulative, say, because I understood the following. I was told to do this, told to do that, but not characterize something that is in her mind. How? I'm confused, though. How is him saying... Right? Okay, so... Fuck, I want to pause and open the chat up. Go ahead and open it up. Go ahead and open the chat. Let's talk about this real quick. Oh, gifting suspended in this live. Oh, wow. Not, I just got a fucking another... No, this is not from today. There's no way for it to be today. They're literally in court right now, guys. Yeah, I just got a thing. No, it's probably because I'm saying stuff. Anyway, I mean, I know about the rules. I stream every day. No, y'all are good. So, the DVR, let me just explain. This is the DVRO transcripts from the last DVRO. Hold on, Nay. Do you need me to read it right now, babe? Hold on, I can do that. Hold on. This is the transcripts from the last DVRO hearing. Who's that, Nay? Can you tell me who that is? No, that is kind of important. No, this isn't from today. The reason I'm reading these today is because I think these are super important to how today's hearing is going to go. In this Gifting Restored, we have reviewed your live content and restored gifting in this live. Hell yeah. Okay, so what do I just not need to say anything about it? So in this section, this is John and his attorney. This is his attorney questioning. Everybody, throw as much as you can. I don't know if whispering helps. But I'm going to whisper. I'm going to get to 188. Should I just jump ahead? Is that what y'all are wanting me to do? Okay. Can you scroll up? Scroll up in what, Valerie? Okay, so the reason I'm opening it up right now is because I don't remember. Oh, I'm questioning. Mandy! Yay! I don't know what I can say about that. That's what I'm talking about, Mandy. I don't know what I'm allowed to say about that. Thank you for that thing that howls. Next up on the agenda for today is this thing. I've had this thing set for about a month. Let's start the offering plate will now be passed around for collection. Okay, so I opened them up for this, and because I know that you guys y'all want to say stuff. I'm going to turn it off in a second and keep reading. I'm going to go to 188 for y'all. But what I wanted to point out in this is I'm confused. Okay, so they're mad that he used the word manipulative, but how is that describing... Hold on, let me go back. How is that? Let me go back. I think I'm reading it wrong. When you give testimony, you should say what you observed and don't attribute something in her mind. How is him describing her as manipulative? In court, you can't speak to state of mind. Yeah, but but if he felt manipulated, how is that not manipulated? How is that not manipulative? Like, how he can feel the manipulation, right? I got you. I don't know. Does that make sense? You can absolutely feel manipulation, right? I didn't realize that was in her head. I mean, I do realize that manipulation is in her head because she's an extremely manipulative person, but I'm also not sitting on a stand right now. It doesn't make sense. Okay, well, I'm crazy. All right, guys, if you're new here, hit the follow button, and that's it. All I can say. But there's an HEART that's RED that you should click. Okay, L, I got you. Thank you. Can you send them to me? Can you screen record them and send them to me, L? And I'll play them on live right now. Right? Okay. Oh, shit. Okay, turn the chat off. Let me get my fat head off the screen. All right, y'all. Sorry. Gotta go. It's gray, but I sent one earlier. Oh, Mandy, I don't know, babe. It does say it's gray. Try it. I don't know. What the hell? Mandy, thank you for that. Ow! Okay. Let me finish. Okay, keep scrolling. Just so we're clear, she continues to talk about you online on an almost everyday basis. Yes, ma'am. How does it make you feel? Not good. When you say not good, what do you mean by that? I don't know. It brings my confidence down as a man. It's just a lot of stuff. I don't know. She has this fan base that comes and attacks me, but it's not really working anymore because she got caught in her lies. So do you think that... Mr. Sands, I'm going to object. Move to strike is non-responsive. I will strike that. So you have to confine yourself to the question and not editorialize. If your lawyer wants to add something further, she can certainly do that. Yes, sir. Do you think that if it were not for Miss Olsen's talk about you online, would her fan base, would you be contacting being contacted by her fan base? Objection. Calls for speculation as to why fans are calling, if there's even a foundation of them contacting him. Well, did we admit the declarations? Because it's all over the declarations. The exhibits have not been admitted, Your Honor. I thought we had gone through... Hang on, I'll tell you what is true from this. So what I have, there was a stipulation to admit exhibits to the May 3rd declaration, which I assume is Mr. Gacy's declaration, exhibits 1, 2, 3, 8, and 14. I don't have a note that we admitted the declaration, but I'm open to that. Of course, I mean, they're under penalty or perjury for both sides, Your Honor. So we agree the declarations may come into evidence if it's in connection with this DVRO. Yes, okay. So I think that what you're asking, whether he was contacted by a lot of people, is certainly covered in his declarations by Ms. Butnick. T. Okay. The court shut that down real quick. I guess just for clarity, John, do you recall attaching as an exhibit screenshots of phone calls that you had been receiving? Yeah, she leaked my number 3 times. And that exhibit, the court, I'm sorry, would you say that again? The witness, yeah, she exposed my phone number to the internet 3 times. And about how many phone calls did you receive from strangers after she leaked your phone number? Leaked your number? Hundreds. And then there's a photo. It was admitted as Exhibit 1. That is a picture of your bruised lip. Do you recall that photo? Yes, ma'am. Tell me what happened with that. We were inside of her friend's apartment in Los Angeles, the friend that she brought to court last time. We were inside her apartment, and she asked me a question, and she got an answer she didn't like, so she punched me. Always. This is a constant thing. I want to point this out to anybody who's watching who's like, I love Brianna Olsen. That's fine. Love her. Just know that this is not just with him. This is with multiple people. Since I have been following her, she is the primary aggressor. She always starts these fights, and she's always the first to lay her hands on people. This is documented, so you can argue with your mammy. I don't care. We were inside her apartment, and she asked me a question, and she got an answer she didn't like, so she punched me. Do you recall what the question was or what your answer was? Are you going to FB when you go back home? And then she punched you in the face after you answered that? Because I told her yes. I'm screaming. John, why is he so petty, though? He is petty. He's sassy. I live. So some of there were 2 exhibits to your declaration where we talk about where you attach posts by Bree where she calls you a deadbeat dad. Do you recall those? Yes, ma'am. And those are, did you receive any reaction from anyone on the internet after specifically the post calling you a deadbeat dad? Yes, ma'am. What was that reaction? Text messages, content being made about me, other influencers commenting on our post saying that I am a deadbeat. And if you recall, was an Exhibit 6 attached to your declaration where someone messaged you after and said you were a deadbeat piece of shit, and it goes on. Do you recall that attached post? There's like 1 of a million. So this is just a sampling of what you received. Yes, ma'am. I'm just going to object to anything that's said in this post or commenting about Mr. Gacy is hearsay. Well, I think the fact that people are out there, perhaps, stimulated by these comments and that are commenting to him, I think I don't really care what the truth of it is if it's happening, so overruled. That's what I'm talking about, Judge. And about how long after W was born did Miss Olsen make that post on TikTok calling you a deadbeat father? I'm pretty sure it was the next day. Not the next day. Just to be clear. Oh, after he was born? Correct. So we left that Sunday. I'm pretty sure we left that Sunday. Yeah. Or no, we left that Friday. It was a weekend or whatever. I don't know. I'm pretty confused on that. But whenever. I called you guys on Sunday, and I'm pretty sure she made that post that Monday and went live. So within a week of W's birth, for sure. She was calling you a deadbeat dad. For sure, for sure. And just to be clear, were you present for W's birth? I was present. And were you contributing financially? 100%. I paid for everything. And you also, if you recall, you attached as Exhibit 9 a post. Someone says, you're such an idiot. It's so embarrassing. How do you want full custody of a kid? Do you recall receiving that comment from someone? 1 of a million. Yes, ma'am. And was that in response? Did you receive that in response to anything that Miss Olsen posted on her account about you? Repeat yourself? Sorry, that was a convoluted question. This specific comment, when someone messaged you saying, you're such an idiot, it's so embarrassing, how do you want full custody of a kid you claim wasn't yours? Is that because Miss Olsen had posted something on her TikTok about your custodial goals? Yes. Do you recall what she did or what she shared with people or what she posted? That I was a deadbeat dad, I don't pay for anything, and just stuff along those lines. Did she post any? Do you recall if she posted any paperwork that was filed in your parentage case? My parentage case, are you talking about a police report? No. This proceeding. Did she share any court documents on TikTok? All the court documents ended up getting shared, though. Yes. And then when you were getting comments saying people received, they wish nothing but the absolute worst for you, was that an isolated comment or one of many? One of many. All in all, if you had to put a number on it, about how many comments or messages from strangers did you receive in response to Bree's post about you on TikTok? If I'm shooting low, over 100,000. God bless. How frequently? And this probably goes for both of them, to be honest with you, in terms of comments. I just know for me how many comments I get. I can't imagine being a real influencer. How close in time were you receiving these posts? Was it multiple posts a day? Was it spaced out over? It was every single day for multiple days, weeks, months. It was for the first 2.5 months. In the comments that you were receiving, were they just limited to comments on your social media, or were you receiving contact by your cell phone? Both. I have some transcripts that I would like to play and audio of certain recordings, but I can ask respondent of those, and then I would be done with my direct petitioner. Who is on that recordings? There's statements by the respondent. Okay, we'll do that later. Yeah. So are you done with your questioning? Yes. Okay, Mr. Sands, thank you. Okay, open the chat, please, before we get into questioning from him. 1 second. Okay. To clarify for anybody that's just coming in, none of these are from today. They're literally in court right now. There's no way that they would be able to do that. So no, these are court documents from the last DVRO hearing. This is the transcripts from that DVRO hearing. The reason I'm reading them today, one, is because there's a new DVRO hearing today, and I'm reading them, one, because they just got sent to me, two, because I think this is important for how I believe it's going to go today. And I actually believe, hold on, let me, hi everyone. I actually believe that since the last DVRO hearing and this hearing, they have far more evidence and proof that a DVRO needs to be in place. I think it's gotten worse. Not even like, do I think it's gotten better? I think that it's gotten worse. Hey, mods, those like watch my private accounts or whatever, can y'all mute and block or just block them? So I can't say the words. Well, I don't like to say the words, but basically it's a restraining order for DV. So just look at the letters and then go with me. DV, if y'all know what that means, and then restraining order. Yep, got you. Did I miss one? I blocked one. No, you're good. I just saw one. I just got it. Anyway, so I'm reading these. Somebody's saying I need to get to page 188, I think. But I will do that after the questioning of John. Cool? So also let me say this too. The reason that I think that, well, not think, I know that the DVRO is important. And the reason that they're doing the DVRO today and then the next 3 days, right? So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is custodial stuff, is because if a DVRO is granted today, there is no way by law that a court can give her any custodial powers. She can still have visitation. I don't want her to have visitation right now because I don't think that she, one, deserves it, and two, has proven herself to be a responsible adult and parent. What I am hoping is that after all of this takes place, I hope a judge looks at her and says, hey, listen, I'm not, but I think she is a total mess. No, you're not offending anybody. She is a total mess. And when she has enough to get it granted, he is absolutely Enzo. I agree. How are you, Carrots? I want her to get help. I'm not against Brianna. Well, I am against Brianna. I'm team kid, period, point blank. I don't really know how to, Danny, if you want, I could upload them to my YouTube. L, got you. L, would it be easier to just send them to my number so I can play them on this live? Hold on. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get, there's how long are they? I think that they might be calling up Chris T and Mop for the hearing today. What up, Emerald Eyes? Hi, baby. Motion. What, the DVRO? No. I don't even think she's pregnant. That's my personal belief. All right, guys. The comments are going to go back. Oh, shit. Yes, Chris said it was very possible they will be called. Yeah, 47 seconds. Okay. Just text them to me. Shit. What phone am I on? 83. You can turn the chat off. We're going to turn the chat off and keep reading. I love y'all. If you're new here, please hit the follow button. I try to update y'all as soon as I possibly can. Also, drop your during the... Nope, don't turn them on. Hey, Gretchen's going to do the comments always and forever. That way it doesn't, because it'll keep changing it. That way there's only one person, okay? Love you, though. Glad to see you here. Make sure to block people. Just go ahead and text them to me if you can. And if it's easier. If you don't want me to have your number, email is fine. T. All right. Hi, bye everybody. I'm going to go off screen now. Okay. All right. Mr. Gacy, is your social media profile, is it public or private? It's public. At any time, did you post... Oh no, hi Bubba. Did you post your business information for your hair business online, like your business phone number or your business address? My business phone number and my business address. They were both posted online, correct? My business phone number and my business address both was. Is your business phone number different than your personal phone number? Yes. Have you ever posted anything on social media about this paternity case? Oh, okay. About this paternity case? Yes. That's a question. I probably responded to a few comments, but... Okay, thanks, L. Thanks, girly. Okay, I'm just waiting on these videos to come through. Have you ever posted anything on social media about this paternity case? I probably responded to a few comments, but I never posted something directly about this case. I would like to show a video to the petitioner. I would object on the basis of its impeachment, Your Honor. Relevance? Well, show it to me. Show it to Ms. Budnick for starters. Audio recording playing. He just said when he was responding to things. I would say this is improper impeachment purposes. This is him responding to a comment. He's reposting about this case, Your Honor, online. He's aggrieved about the same situation that the respondent is posting. Oh, I just got him. I'm screaming. Eiffel Tower me now. How long is this video? Oh. Oops. That must be Miss Budnick. She's T. I know that's right. Okay, Daddy. All right. Ah!
It's fine, man. 2 days attorney.
That's cute. And about your time.
Okay. Oh, money. Oh, all right. Feeling good about court today.
These clowns, I cannot with them.
Y'all look like we had his wedding or something right now. Y'all groomsmen.
It's just as important, if not more important, actually.
He's one of the greats too. Y'all the groomsmen.
Hey, hi, Papa.
Snapchat it up. I need everybody swiping up and doing all that good shit.
Was that the end? Oh, yeah, that was the end. And then there's another one.
What's up, guys? So I'm outside the courtroom right now.
1 minute, 45 seconds.
We're instructed to wait outside. And 2K is inside with his attorney. It's literally 2K, his attorney, Bree's attorney, and Bree sitting across from the judge. I think there's kind of, I don't know, some preliminary conversation before 2K takes the stand today. His attorney, she's prepared. She's one of the best. So
she's on it.
I'm confident.
Budnick is on it, always.
Good about it. The homies are here. Chris, mom, his mom, more support. All the gang.
All the gang.
I'm trying to keep you updated. As soon as there's a break, I will give you some updates the best I can. Alright, guys, I'm conducting interviews outside the courtroom.
I'm screaming. Interviews is crazy.
Might be. So we're not in there because there's potentially, without saying too much, we might have to go in there to.
We shouldn't be doing this.
Certain events.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
They're funny though.
We can't be in there at the moment because words can be twisted and
Thank you for the rose.
Through their words. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense. That definitely makes sense.
Will he look good?
Do you
I love him in a suit.
No, not at all.
So you just whatever you
Thanks,
2K,
Jenny.
my boy 2K called me and said,
Motion.
you came, you, mom, a couple other people, and he said his mom wants us to come, so I hopped on a flight and flew out here.
That's real friendship. That's real friendship.
Oh. Thank you, Emerald Eyes. Okay. So those are some little updates. Sorry, it was just sent to me, so I thought I'd play it for y'all because I didn't know what it was. Thanks, Girly Pop, for sending me those. Thanks, Emerald Eyes. Okay. He's posting about this case, Your Honor, online. He's aggrieved about the same situation that the respondent is posting things, so it's relevant. The court, one at a time. I don't think it has any relevance to the restraining order, and I think this was something that was set forth in our briefing. There's a difference between posting generally about a case or about their life with the child or about their own personal life. There's a difference between that and actively going online and disparaging someone, making threats to someone, calling someone names, harassing their family. It's different. If I may, Your Honor, the post says, TK talk about court with Bree. But that wasn't posted by my client. Hold on, you shouldn't interrupt one another, because I do want to hear what he has to say, and when he's done, if you wouldn't just interrupt him mid-sentence, then I'll ask him to reserve the same respect to what you're saying. So what did you want to say? Your Honor, the point is, Mr. Gacy's online commenting about this paternity case, about this court case, and he just told me he doesn't post or talk about it online at all. So my position is, Your Honor, he's putting himself out there, as well as the respondent, about this case, about the restraining order, about the paternity case. And so what he's complaining or grieving of the respondent doing, he's basically putting himself out there in the social media light as well, and this video shows exactly that. What I think he said, correct me if you think I'm wrong, was that he hadn't posted except that he responded to some comments that people had made. So what he was doing was, I guess, responding to some people, and I got the impression it was limited. So is that different from that description? I think so, Your Honor. It's basically him on social media, basically posting about this court case. So I think what would help clarify two things. The video that was shown has text overlaid on the video, which is what counsel had referenced about the text saying TK, well, I think they meant 2K, talks about court with Bree. That was something that somebody on the internet pulled a video that my client posted and added text to it. So that wasn't something that my client added. I think your client can explain that's how TikTok works. The court, sure. Ms. Butnick, we're all unfamiliar. Miss Olsen, it's a video of him talking about court and me, correct? Ma'am, it's not your time. Little girl, just pipe down. Shush. Can you just play it and we won't have to worry about the text? Ms. Butnick, sure. And the other thing to clarify, well, let me finish. The other thing to clarify is, so my client had just testified he doesn't post anything except for when he's responding to comments. So the way that the TikTok video works, from my understanding, is that there is a feature on TikTok where you can be live, which means I just put a camera in front of me and I just start talking and people can comment in real time. And so and the comments are shown, they're visible while the video is being broadcast. So the people that are watching your live recording can comment, and then the person who is making the live recording can respond to people's comments. And so the live may start out with me talking about what I ate for breakfast, and then somebody comments and asks, how did court go? And I then respond to that comment. So I think that that's important for clarity, and I think there are other videos that we're going to show through this process that have the same structure. So they are technically responding to comments. It's just in a format that is foreign to me and probably the court and to counsel because we're not on it. The court, I won't take that personally. Well, here's the thing. There's probably a line where something like a pure response, as opposed to using a response to then start getting on a soapbox and talking. I don't know without hearing this which category it's in. If you're only showing it or playing it to impeach what he said about not posting, just responding, then that's your purpose for this. Well, it's just generally, Your Honor, that he's basically putting himself out there on social media. This is a video of him putting himself out there, and he's the one making these comments, whether someone reposts them or not. This is the original content, so I'm utilizing it to basically show that he himself, whether someone reposts it or he generates it, he has put himself online about this court case, posting and making comments, whether it's on his or it's reposted of him in this case in court. That's my intent. I'll let you do it. Thank you. Can I approach then? Do you need to? Is it just the sound? Or, I mean, I'm not going to be seeing it if you're showing it on a phone. I can show it to everyone, Your Honor. I could put it on my computer. I could give it to the court. If you want the trier of fact to see it, yeah, I'll probably show it to him and ask him to look at it. The benefit, I think, to watching it, and I don't know if you could stipulate to the fact and the court, if you read very quickly, you could read the comments so you could see what is being responded to and what isn't being responded to. But you have to read at light speed because they flash and then they go away. It's very like you have to pay attention to it. I'm focused on what Mr. Gacy is saying in the video, Your Honor. On that basis, I mean, if it's a question of playing the recording to show something, I would ask, what is the point of the video then if it's not for impeachment? My client's issue isn't posting about life, it's verbal abuse. I think what he is saying is that Mr. Gacy said, I don't post online, I just respond to the occasional comment. So if there's some extended conversation here, then that probably would go beyond what I would think of as just responding to a comment. Hold on, let me read that again. I think what he is saying is that Mr. Gacy said, I don't post online, I just respond to the occasional comment. So if there's some extended... Oh, okay. That's where, again, I think Your Honor should see the video because there's hundreds of comments coming in as he's live. It's like a constant stream of comments that you're responding to. So the whole live is responding to comments. And my purpose, Your Honor, is that he himself has posted something online, whether he originated it or got it reposted, he generated the content. So are you just offering it to show that he in fact did comment online, or is the content of it important? The content is important because he's commenting about this court case. He's commenting about the respondent. God, I'm getting frustrated. That's the same issue that he put before this court that he's explaining of. I don't know that that's the grounds for. This may be neither here nor there, and we can move on, but I don't know that that's even the basis for. This is my client's restraining order request. He's the one complaining of the conduct. If he's reacting because your client started a dynamic of posting online and he's responding to it, we're sort of in the court. In this context, to show that there's been domestic violence, including disturbing the mental and emotional calm of the person seeking the restraining order, I can see that it might be relevant to that person if it's true. I'm not saying it is. If it's true that this person who is claiming to have his mental and emotional calm destroyed was doing the same thing to the other side, because I think that could be germane. That's what we're advancing, Your Honor. That is correct. And that's fine. You'll see when we play the other videos, it's not the same. Well, let's start with this. May I approach? Yes, I take it you've seen this. I've watched part of this. Let me just... How long is it? It's like 52 seconds, Your Honor. Blah, 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 blah. The video is playing. Okay. Hold, please. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. Here we go. We're back to questioning. So they played the video, obviously. Now we're back. Mr. Gacy, do you recall when or about you made these statements on the internet? I think it was right after court that night. So that would have been in September of 2024. Yeah. I'm not trying to trick you. We were here around September 17th. Yes, sir. So this video would have been either the day of court or the day after, possibly. Yes, sir. Okay, fantastic. With respect to the comments that you make in there, do you disagree with anything you said in there? You were just simply talking, responding to fans. Everything you said in there, those were your words. The court. It's kind of multiple questions. Let me withdraw it. So the statements made in the video, those were all your comments. You're making those statements while I'm responding to comments. And in response to those comments, you were discussing your court case with Miss Olsen, correct? Well, I would object. I think it's a very loose description of discussing your court case. He was discussing his outfit and the date. It wasn't like the details. Right. Well, it is what it is, so you don't really need to object. Understood. Okay, go ahead. Reporter, read back my last question. And in response to those comments, you were discussing your court case with Miss Olsen, correct? So, outside of me telling what my outfit was, the only thing I discussed was saying, how do you guys know it got moved up? Because she discussed the details of court, that it got moved up, and I told them, consider your source. I'm not talking about it. And going to an incident that you referenced in March of 2023, you contend there was an altercation with Miss Olsen, correct? March 2023, ? If you could refer me to, was that in the declaration or something? Well, it's your testimony. So, Mr. Gacy, you had stated that Miss Olsen had asked you a question if you're going to I'm screaming, and you responded, that was not 2023. What year was that then? 2022? So almost 2 years ago. Yes, sir. And is Is this the incident in which you filed the police report? Did I file a police report on the abuse? Question, yes. Not that physical abuse at that moment, no. And was there ever an instance which you physically abused Ms. Olsen or physically assaulted her? No. Your Honor, I would like to show the petitioner a few. I would like to object. These photos have not been authenticated, so I would ask that we wait to introduce them during his client's testimony. I could wait until then, Your Honor. I am just asking if he recalls how the bruises occurred on Ms. Olsen. If he doesn't recall, then I could just lay a foundation with her, but at least... Ms. Bennick, and I would assume facts not in evidence assumes there were bruises. So I wouldn't have, I mean, you have a picture and he recognizes her in that. Is it a picture of her? Yes, and she's injured in some way. I think that's what these photos reflect, Your Honor. Yes. I think it's okay to show him the picture. I won't necessarily admit it into evidence until I'm not seeking to at this point, Your Honor. So, all right. Proceed. May I approach Your Honor? Yes. Can I just make sure you show her everything first? I think these are duplicates, right? You should be marking these so we have a record of what they're in the reply, Your Honor. But I could point to the court where they're filed. Give me 1 sec. Are they in evidence? Because I haven't moved them to... Jesus Christ. Hold on. Stop requesting me. No. Decline. I haven't moved them into evidence yet. I would like to note on these, we're not going to have a clear record unless we track and literally write on these exhibits what the exhibit number is because... So what we can do in the reply to the restraining order is Exhibit A, and they're all the same photos. There would be, okay, the court. So when you say in the reply, you have to say in the reply declaration of Mrs. Olsen, of Miss Olsen. It's not Mrs. She's not married. That's her name. Stop. On such and such date. Is it Mrs. Olsen? Mr. Sands. Miss Olsen. I was just repeating what you said, which is... And I think just for clarity, it's a responsive declaration, not a reply. But I'm asking you to be precise in this because if we're just throwing around words like it's a response or reply without a date, I can do that, Your Honor. So I'm asking you to do that. In Brianna Olsen's response to her request for domestic violence, July 18th, 2024, Exhibit A, documents 1 through 5. So hang on, I'm now looking for it. This one wasn't in mine, so you said July 18th. July 18th, Your Honor, yes. I don't have any filing on July 18th. And sorry to keep interrupting, I didn't get it either. I received it at the last hearing, September 17th. The day of the cyber attack, Your Honor, we had filed it and got lost, and it got filed some crazy later date. That's when it was filed and served, July 18th. So I'm looking at a 23-page response to the request for the DVRO. It's dated September 16th, 2024, and it is, in part, a declaration from Miss Olsen. It's in the court file. There's an Exhibit A that has multiple pictures of her that look, some of which you handed up to me, and others are not part of it. So what do you want? So you want to look at... I wanted him to review the pictures, Your Honor, if he recalls when these incidents occurred. Again, that's assuming facts, not in evidence. I think we just talked about how this would be handled. I'm screaming. Yeah, because these pictures you gave me are not the same ones that are part of this exhibit. So I'll show the reply then, Your Honor. That would be simpler. Why don't you do that? I want to make sure that our record is clear. So if I'm slowing you down as part of that process, it's actually in everybody's best interest, in my opinion. I'll hand him the reply declaration, Your Honor. Yes, I have the court filings that blah, 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 blah. God bless. I'm not watching the pregame. So that's what I'm doing, scrolling through it. I'm not watching the pregame or anything like that. Okay, here we go. We're back to questioning. Jesus. I mean, you could have just did this to begin with, sir. Okay, we're back to questioning. Miss Olsen contends there was an incident that happened between you and her where she was physically abused by you, and she attached those photographs of abuse as Exhibit A, Mr. Gacy. Do you want me to look at it too? Please. I would object. Vague and ambiguous as to time. Are these all photos? The court. He's going to... Let me ask my question. The reporter. Mr. Sands, please stop interrupting. I'm screaming. This is chaotic. The court. The wisdom of the court reporter needs to be expected because we can't do this. So what I'm saying is that he could look at the exhibits. He could ask questions about them. If at the end of the day it doesn't link up in terms of time or anything like that, if you think it should be stricken, you could strike it on the basis they were not authenticated. Understood. So let's proceed. I'm just asking at this point, Your Honor, if I need to lay a foundation, I can. If we keep getting objection after objection. Is this a joke, Mr. Sands? Objection after objection. Let me fucking replay the transcripts. You have objected more than anybody here. Anyway, sorry. I can't get no questions out. The court. Just relax. Just go ahead and ask your next question. Mr. Gacy, did you take a look at Exhibit A and Miss Olsen's reply? Is this her reply? Do you recall? Is this her reply? Yes. Do you recall a time in 2023 in which you and Miss Olsen were in an altercation where she ended up being bruised on her face? No. How about in the year 2024? No. As you sit there and look at those photographs that I presented, you have no idea how those bruises or injuries occurred to Miss Olsen. Occurred to her? Yes. No. May we get the reply back, Your Honor? The court, sure. So, all of this could have been literally asked and answered with those simple questions. No pictures needed to be shown. None of this theatrics, none of this back and forth, none of this confusion. All you would have had to have done is say, did you abuse her in this year? Did you abuse her in this year? No. Great. Cool. Let's move on. Like, God bless. Either he perjures himself or not. Sorry. And then, Mr. Gacy, how many social media platforms are you on? Are you on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook? Is that correct? Not really on Facebook anymore. I didn't feel like rebuilding it after she took it down. Move it to strike, Your Honor. After she took it down, it's non-responsive, overruled. And so, do you know how many current followers you have on TikTok? TikTok, I have 1.4. How about Instagram? When she deleted it, only 50, the court, 50 total. The witness, 50,000. 1.4 million on my TikTok, 50,000 on my old Instagram, and on this current one, 400,000. You currently have 400,000 followers on your Instagram. Yes, sir, 405,000. And I think I asked your mother this question. Have you sought any kind of therapy or any counseling as a result of your interactions with Miss Olsen? After we broke up, and she also convinced me to go a little bit during our relationship, but Miss Olsen did? Yeah. Did you guys attend couples counseling or anything like that? No, of course not, because Brianna doesn't think that there's anything fucking wrong with her. Anyway, sorry. No, she told me I only needed to go to counseling. And at the last court hearing, you had testified about an event that happened in Florida where I think you and Miss Olsen had seen each other at a club or something like that. Repeat yourself. You had seen each other at a club in Florida. Yes, I believe she was 5 months pregnant and flew out to a club. Not 5 months pregnant, going to the club. Diabolical, Brie. And did you and Miss Olsen have any sort of interaction or speak to each other at that event? No, when I saw her, I left because I knew she was there to cause problems. And your request for a restraining order, and I'll just show you from here. So what is your understanding of the date? This incident occurred in 2022 or 2023? That was 2022 when she punched me. The court, hang on. You need to be much clearer about what you're showing. Apologies. Apologize. Apologies. Sorry, I don't know. So, in your request for a DVRO, did May 2nd, 2024, in Exhibit 1 of that request, there's a photograph of you. And let the record reflect, I'm showing Mr. Gacy the photo. So in this photograph, Mr. Gacy, it is your recollection that this incident occurred in 2022. Yeah, it could have been early 2023. I'm sorry. Okay, and then, so Miss Olsen had an inquiry with you if you were going to F other beaches. I'm screaming. And your reply was yes. Yes. Did you consider your reply of yes to her to be antagonistic or offensive to her in any way? I'm screaming. You can you can show the chat real quick. Because this shit's insane. Welcome in, everybody. Don't get crazy in the comments. You will get blocked. So chaotic. Can I just say, Geesey, we're free. I knew the comments were going to go crazy. I knew the comments. If you're a moderator, can you please pin any comments that you think should be answered? I love how you're reading this. Thank you. Let me just say, you're not free for long. It's just while I'm reading. Hi, everyone. Don't forget to hit the follow button. And don't forget to send... Oh, fuck. Maybe I shouldn't say. No, this isn't today. They're still in court today. There's no court documents. We won't even be able to get those documents. Okay? Just so we're clear. I already know what they're from. Mr. Sands is her old attorney. This is from the DVRO last September. Okay? I don't really know where you can find these. I have a person who does all that for me. I'm not good at this. The reason I'm reading these today is because there is a DVRO hearing today. This, I think, is going to show you guys what the outcome of today's... I will upload all of these documents onto my YouTube channel. There's like 200 and something documents. So if you click the Linktree link in my bio, She's weird for hitting him after he responded to her question. We're about to get to that, EXO. Zoe, hold on. I gotta let people free for a second. You know what I mean, baby? Zoe, please don't spam. What is the hearing today for? It's for a DVRO. So it's this same situation. Does that make sense? The reason that the reason that I'm saying the DVRO is important is because if the DVRO is granted today, a court cannot legally give her any kind of custody in the next 3 days of the custodial hearing. Yeah, Christina, I got you. I'm going to upload it. I'll upload it today. This was last September, Alexa. This is for the original DVRO, the one that's in place. They're sitting in a courtroom as I'm reading this for this DVRO. What do you mean, Meg? Explain more, please. Right, Jamie, this is not today. Thank you. Did her attorney submit all the photos? Correct. Right now, Courtney. You can unpin. I don't know. He got it. There is a restraining order in place right now. DVRO is DV restraining order. I don't usually try to say those words. So today's DVRO, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, there will be the custody hearing. So why another? What do you mean? So she can petition it. Right, it was temporary. She can petition it to the court. The only way for her to get custody is if the DVRO is lifted. Nay, be careful what you say in the thing. This is for permanent, yeah. Correct. Sorry, was I not clear about that? I'm so sorry, y'all. Would they not have custody hearings? They would still have custody hearings. So, basically what I believe is going to happen is, why fight? She don't want the child. I agree, Millie. 100%. All right, close the comments real quick. You're welcome, Kristen. They should find out today. It depends. They might have to do what they did last time because court's only going to go until 4:30. Like 4:35. 4:30. Okay? So right now it's 3 o'clock there. They've been in court since 1:30. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Actually, don't correct me. Don't open the chat. We're moving on. Sorry. I'm trying to get through these documents, y'all. I love y'all, though. If anybody does that thing I just put at the bottom of the screen, then I'll leave the comments open. Okay, here we go. Did you... that's what I was going to say about his reply being antagonistic. Then she shouldn't have asked the question. Like, also, how is him saying, yeah, I'm going to? How is that antagonistic? She slept with his best friend. Like, you don't... Listen, sir... So for those asking where Mr. Sands went, he stopped being her attorney, I think, in like November or December of 2024. Can't remember the exact month. She was without counsel for like 4 months. By choice, by the way, because she's an adult and she could have done that on her own. Okay. No. So at the time you made this comment, were you and Miss Olsen still in a relationship? Yes. So while you're in a relationship with Miss Olsen and she asks if you're going to have intercourse with other women and you respond yes, you don't find that to be offensive. Well, if we're in a relationship, I thought she was joking, so I joked back. Right. Was he joking though? And did you interpret Miss Olsen to have taken your comment as a joke at that time? No, because she punched me. I'm screaming. And with respect to your social media following, we didn't want to follow up about the punching? We didn't want to talk about her actually physically assaulting him? Mr. Sands? Okay. We're just moving on to that social media. Is it your understanding, Mr. Gacy, that you have... Gacy, whatever, I don't know. I just call him Daddy. That you have to post content to generate income. There's other ways you could make income without actually posting a literal TikTok. That's what I'm talking about, Angel. Everybody, oh wait, hold on. Open the comments back up real quick. Just really quick, guys, don't get crazy. If she doesn't mind, Angel, if you want to leave a comment, I want a moderator to pin her comment, and I want everybody to go follow her. She is also an amazing content creator. I love her down. She's funny as fuck, and she be following this shit, and her delivery is tea. If you enjoy me, you'll enjoy her. We are different in a lot of ways, but only if she wants to comment. If she doesn't want to comment, then we're closing comments back so I can finish reading. Thanks, Angel. Love you. Love you bad. Anyway, y'all should go follow her if you can see her in the chat. I don't know where she's at. Or click her bubble at the top. She's at the top. Yeah. Pin her comment right there. Hi, Angel. She's great. She's super funny. We love her. 2K on the stand 25 minutes ago. That's right, Michelle. Jenna, this is from last September. This is from the last DVRO. The new one is happening right now. We love Angel. Hey, girl. Hey. They're having court in California. Angel, love you down bad. So I don't know because... So she broke these... The girl who sent me these broke them up. What is it saying on the page that y'all want me to read? I'll go read it right now. Hold on. Yeah?
Are you busy?
I'm on live.
Oh, shit.
What's up? They can't see you.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. I was wondering if you had a cat.
I can mute this real quick. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. Keep reading. It's coming up. Okay. And you also live stream, correct? Yes. Yeah, for a living to support. You can turn the comments off. Sorry. So, but really quickly, Cali time. It's 3:00 right now. They're still in court. Okay, just so we're all clear. Yes, for a living to support my son, and it's your understanding Miss Olsen also does this, correct? She does not live stream and gets paid. She does not live stream and gets paid for it. But does she post and get paid? If you know, I have no idea. But as you see here today, you would agree with me that you post and do live streams to generate income to support your son. Exactly. How long have you been doing this since 2022? When did you start? I started live streaming whenever I had to come to California to fight for my son because I wasn't able to cut hair back home anymore, and I also wasn't able to sell hair care products with the threat of her telling... They're going to object. You can't keep doing that, John. I also wanted to sell hair care products with the threat of her telling everybody to report my Shopify. So I had been posting content for a while, but I've been live streaming full time since I've been in California. With respect to the content that you post, what is it related to your son? Is it related to Miss Olsen? What is it generally related to? Barber friendly, family content, and now it's dad content. When you say dad content, does that involve your son? Of course. Are there ever any times where you reference or you make reference to your son's mother on any of these social media websites? Whenever I have to respond to a comment. So when you say respond to the comments, do they go on your social media website or your social media platform and they make comments to you about your minor child? About my minor child or about his mother? And then in response to those comments, you then make a statement or you make a comment on those platforms, correct? You reply to the comments, basically. The comments I reply to are coming from her post. But they're being posted on your page, correct? They're coming from the page that she's posting on, and I'm live streaming for a living. So I have to try to control my chat so I could afford everything for my son. This is getting messy. He's not asking clear questions, and John's not answering them clear, but one of them is an attorney and one of them is not. So just take that for what it is. Have you ever made any sort of complaints or grievances with Instagram about Miss Olsen's comments? Say that again. Sure. Have you made any sort of complaints or any complaints to the Instagram platform about Miss Olsen's comments? Are you asking me, have I complained about the stuff she says? He's asking if you have I don't know why they're calling it fucking complaints. Yes, for example, 100%. Has Instagram taken any action on Miss Olsen? She goes on Instagram. I don't. See, John's not clear on the question. The question that he should be asking is, Have you reported her to Instagram? Like, but I understand, right? He's not on social media, so he doesn't understand the verbiage or the language that needs to be used. John isn't understanding his language because John doesn't speak that. Like, does that make sense? Like, it's just totally like this has happened so many times. She goes on Instagram. I don't. How about for TikTok? Have you made any complaints about Miss Olsen's comments? Because John's thinking that that attorney is asking him is, have you made complaints yourself? Like, have you been complaining about it on live stream or whatever? Yes, and I keep it to only TikTok because that's where she's already posted everything on. See, he's thinking that I'm only responding on TikTok because that's where she's already posted everything. And is it your understanding that TikTok is taking any action against Miss Olsen? TikTok has taken action against Miss Olsen. What do you mean? See, he's confused. Have they shut her account down? Have they silenced her? Have they limited her content? She got permanently banned on her main account for talking about me so much. She has 3 or 4 other accounts that she's been permanently banned on from speaking about me anymore. So as you sit here today, do you understand whether or not Miss Olsen has a TikTok account? Does she have any TikTok accounts at this time? Yes, sir. And with respect to the social media, are you personally viewing Miss Olsen's stories? Are you personally observing her when she goes live or posts about you? No, I have her blocked on everything. So any sort of interaction you have with Miss Olsen has to come through third parties. Is that correct? Correct. So you have no direct. So you're not directly seeing or observing Miss Olsen on any social media. When you say directly, you're talking about her Wild Child Brie account. Well, my question is, are you going onto Miss Olsen's social media platforms and viewing or observing what she's posting or stating? No. Mr. Gazy, do you know the difference between an opinion and a fact? Yes. For example, I would, if you have a clarifying example, I think, just object. It's okay. I haven't even asked the question yet. Mr. Sands, shut the fuck up before I kick... Bro, I'll fucking numbchuck your ass. What are you objection to? What he just asked or what you think he's going to ask? Well, I object. The question is vague and ambiguous as to what everybody could have a difference of opinion as what the difference is between an opinion and a fact. I think it would be helpful to know his version of that difference. Overruled. Understood. So, for example, Miss Olsen may have an opinion about you as a parent. Is that fair to say? Is that fair to say, Mr. Gacy? Sorry, restart? Not restart. The question is, thank you guys for the gifts. The question is, Miss Olsen may have an opinion of you as a parent. Is that fair to say? Yeah. Do you have an opinion about her as a parent? I don't think much of it. When you say you don't think much of it, does that mean you don't have an opinion? I just choose to keep it to myself. But you do have an opinion, you just choose not to verbalize it. I do my best. And so, for example, a fact would be that you and Miss Olsen are the parents of the minor child, W, correct? Yes. And with respect to the phone calls you received, well, it just depends on who you're asking, actually, because according to Bree, he's not the parent. But anyway, I digress. And with respect to the phone calls you received, were you able to identify the source or any of the people that were calling you? Why they were calling me or who was calling me? Who was calling you? That is my first question. It was over thousands, so no, random number. Did you block any of those numbers? Hundreds of them. And did you answer any of those phone calls? Yes. And when you answered those phone calls, do you recall specifically like who the person was that you were speaking with? Either one of her supporters or my supporters. When you say her supporters or your supporters, how did you make that determination? Basically, if they supported me or supported her. During these conversations with these phone calls that you answered, what was the conversation like? Would you talk to them and say, hey, are you friends with Bree? Are you friends with me? How would you make that determination? So somebody that is a supporter of mine, even though I don't support their actions, but somebody who goes to say that they like me on social media and doesn't like her, they would call me and say, your crazy ass baby mama just leaked your phone number all over the internet. I hope you win in court. I hope you get your son back. I'm screaming. Not your crazy ass baby mama. So you were getting multiple phone calls. Some of them were positive, some of them negative. I would think that they were all negative because I felt like I was being harassed regardless of the comments. Okay, that's a good answer. And at any time during this period, did Miss Olsen herself call you and make harassing comments to you? You're saying this time period? I would say that she was harassing me, telling me she's going to file a police report on me with lies. That is harassment. But it's your understanding she never actually filed a police report. Is that correct? No, she told me she did. Do you recall specifically what incident or what time frame she would have made a police report against you? Around the time that she beat up her friend... she beat up her friend Lena and said that I made that happen when she invited Lena over. Would that have been around October of 2023, if you recall? No, this just happened. So there was an incident that recently occurred within the last month. Yeah. And it's your understanding that Miss Olsen threatened you recently to file a police report against you. Yes, exactly. Do you recall if Miss Olsen ever filed a police report against you in October of 2023? Maybe, but when I went up there, they said they can't find the police report because they didn't get her name. They could only find my name. And so, do you have any understanding of what Miss Olsen may have filed a police report against you about in October of 2023? If we're talking about the right thing, well, I'm asking you, was there any sort of event or incident that occurred in October of 2023 that you would associate with a potential police report? I'm trying to think. I mean, no, I can't. I can't think of anything. Was there ever a time in October of 2023 that you went down to the police station yourself? Could have been exactly a year ago. You're asking me for specific dates if you could. Nope, I can't. I'm not refraining the time. I'm not refraining the time? I don't know what that means. Were you or Miss Olsen arrested in October of 2023? No. Was there ever a period within your relationship with Miss Olsen where either you or her were arrested by the police? No. And Mr. Gacy, do you believe someone on social media should be able to express their opinion about their parental relationship? Honestly, there's ways to go about it, but honestly, the way that this is going, no, because I think it harms the child. But you understand the child is how old now, Mr. Gacy? My son understands everything. Well, that's not true, John. How old is he? He's 6 months now. Is he verbal? He said dada the other day. I'm screaming. Same. Are you aware of any instances where you personally observed Miss Olsen and the minor child while she's posting on social media? I would object. Vague and ambiguous as to personally observe. Do you mean watching, like she was present in the room, or yeah? Were you physically present at any time between 2023 and October of 2024, which you personally observed in the same room, Miss Olsen with the minor child posting on social media? No. The last time I saw her was, do you want me to stop? I could stop. Move to strike after no. Yes, sir. No. Has there ever been any times between 2023 and 2024 where you yourself posted you and your minor child on social media? Say that again. You said up to this point? Yes. Yeah, I've been posting my son. So it's fair to say that, it's fair to say then, Mr. Gacy, that, fuck me. So it's fair to say then, Mr. Gacy, you post you and your son on social media in a positive light. Your Honor, I would just ask for a yes or no answer. Move to strike in a positive light. Sorry, I'm just passionate. I'm screaming. I will allow that to stand, but try to just answer the questions directly. Yes, sir, I'm just passionate. And limit yourself. Yes, sir. And save your passion. Yes, sir. Save your passion. So when you post you and your son online, is it fair to say you could expect people to make comments or respond to those posts? Yes. Other than what you contend is associated with Miss Olsen, has there ever been a negative comment posted by anybody with respect to you posting you and your son on social media? What was that first part you stated about her? Other than in response to something that Miss Olsen has posted, have you ever received a negative comment associated to you and your son on social media? No. Have you had an opportunity to observe how people comment on Miss Olsen's social media platform with respect to her relationship with you? No, because that tells you I don't look at her platform. Mr. Gacy, I'm going to turn you now to a reply declaration that you generated on September 10th of 2024. Yes, sir. Do you have a copy for him to show, or do you want me to, if you have an extra one? I don't have any bad notes on here, so I can share this with him. I don't think I have notes on mine either, but if you want to just walk up with yours, it's probably easier. May I approach, Your Honor? Yes. Where are you directing us? Okay. So for Mr. Gacy, I'm going to direct you to your reply declaration, which is dated September 10th, 2024, and specifically in there, Exhibit 5. What was your question? There is no question. Your Honor, can I just look at it real quick? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Mr. Sands. I'm going to look at it real quick. So, Mr. Gacy, do you recall, is Miss Olsen the one that generated that post? It's on her live stream. You can't differ it because it's just the screen recording from her live. You could have screen recorded this. Oh no, it says right here. Yes, a third party did post this. So if you turn to the next page after the actual post in the comment section, which would be Exhibit 51 of the September 10th, 2024 reply declaration. Thank you, Miss Beverly. How are you, beautiful? Right. Can you look at those comments? Right. How are those? How would you describe those comments against Miss Olsen there? Doesn't look too positive. So you'd agree those negative comments against Miss Olsen, correct? Well, yeah. No further question on that issue, Your Honor. Like, I don't understand what some of this even, does. Like, you didn't set her up. I could understand that if some questioning could, right? Because I understand how, being an attorney works and, what we're doing in a court of law, whether it's family law or otherwise. Right? So an attorney will ask questions to certain witnesses in order to set up something that's going to be like, kind of like to kind of prove their point. None of this is proving your point. Sorry. I'll open the comments in just a second, y'all. Do you consider social media to be a form of reality? Well, I'm going to ask you to explain that one. Sure. I mean, we have us here in the courtroom right here. This is what you consider real life. And so I guess that's philosophical. That's philosophical question. Why don't you reframe your question? So what I'm trying to understand is, do you consider social media to be a form of reality where the things that are said on there and the things that are done are actually true? True and reality, I'm getting confused. I guess I'm not seeing the distinction. I am too. In fact, I'll tell you what, I don't want to stress you out. I'm not stressed. Okay, John. John said I'm cool, calm, and collected, baby. We got that motion over here, mamas. Or daddies, I don't really know. I'm talking about your request for a break. So let's take a 15-minute break now. We'll come back at 3:10, and maybe you could do a different way to pose that question. Yeah. Break taken. Okay, so we're going back on record. My dogs are going nuts. I'm about to have to take them out, y'all. Fuck. Where am I? Okay, open the comments, please. I gotta blow my nose. Hold on, y'all. I gotta blow my nose. Okay. No, they're still in court. This was neither. This was a year ago. Correct, Aaron. Beverly, we're reading the transcripts from the last DVRO hearing. Keep reading. I know, but how far until I get to where y'all are wanting me? Can somebody just 1 year? 1 year. Can somebody just tell me where I'm supposed to get to? So close. Okay, turn the chat off. Spooter, that's what I'm saying. I agree. Come on now. Yes, these are from last year, y'all. There's no way to have any kind of court documents from today's hearing. They're literally sitting in court right now. And just to clarify, the reason that I'm reading this DVR, the transcript from the DVRO, is because today is the new DVRO hearing. So the last one was for temporary. This is for a permanent one. The reason I'm reading it is because I think it's going to show people, one, what happened, like what was said. Two, the outcome of today's. Reading these, there was a DVRO granted back in September of last year. So, based off of this, it is fair to assume that a permanent one will be granted today. Meaning, if a DVRO is granted today, in the next 3 days of custody hearings, there is no outcome where Bree Olsen can get custody of W. Okay? Okay. Here we go. Oh, Miss Gacy. I think they meant Mr. I want to turn you back to your request for a DVRO that was filed on May 3rd, 2024, and specifically Exhibit 5. Can I approach, Your Honor? Yes. So, Mr. Gacy, when you read that comment by Miss Olsen, could you please provide to me or explain to what specifically is offensive in this statement made by her? So the caption on the actual post, so there's a caption. Judge, are you looking at the same thing? Actually, I'm trying to find it. That's Exhibit 5 of the request for the restraining order from May 3rd, 2024. Excuse me. Let me find that. Yes, sir. What is the name again? May 3rd, 2024. Initial filing of the restraining order, Your Honor. Right. I'm opening it up. Give me a moment. Your Honor, if we could just... I've noticed the respondent has been on her phone for most of the hearing. If we could just... I'm not sure what the reason for that is, but if we could just not let her be on her phone throughout. Sorry, it was the nanny calling. Shut the fuck up, Bree. How about that? Sorry. I'm just really passionate. It's the nanny calling. Shut your mouth, liar. You're not broadcasting this or recording it? No. The alarm was going off in our building, so she was calling me. But you're not recording this? No, I'm not recording this. You're not live streaming this? No, I am not doing anything involving this. It was involving my child. But I mean, other than, in general, I don't want to see this proceeding. it would be wrong to record this proceeding or to broadcast it some way. Do you understand that? Yes, absolutely. Now I have the Exhibit 5 by Mr. Sands. Mr. Gacy, I was asking what you found offensive about this post, and you were commenting about the caption section. So on the caption, are we all looking at it? John, not John getting the court together. I'm screaming. I have it in my mind. What? Have it in my mind? There's two... Oh, that's the attorney. There's two captions, though. One on the actual post and one made with the post. This caption and this caption. Just read the words and we'll know. So, not done lying to me, just be able to show up to the birth to get your name on everything and play good dad. But it was easy because we had nurses tending to me and the baby, and then dipping as soon as we get discharged with no help. The second caption, that's something that you believe she put on this. No, she did not. That's the same as believing. Yes, sir, yes, sir. So what's the next one? The second caption says, under it says, personally will never be able to understand. Hold on, slow down. Personally will never be able to understand how a parent can go a day without seeing or asking about their child, but it makes sense when they spent the whole pregnancy bonding to buying tables at clubs rather than bonding to their baby. Hashtag priorities, hashtag deadbeat baby daddy. The court. Okay, so specifically, what about that post is offensive to you, Mr. Gacy? Well, the first thing that I noticed was this was the Airbnb that I allowed her to come to that I also paid for while she was pregnant and uncomfortable in her own home. So you paid for an Airbnb because she commented from the Airbnb that you paid for. You found her comment offensive. Objection. That mistakes the testimony. I think he's asking the question. Oh, okay, understood. So is it your position, Mr. Gacy, you find it offensive that she's making these comments from an Airbnb that you paid for? That's one of the offenses. And what else is offensive about it? Another offense is deadbeat baby daddy. But you would agree that's just an opinion at this point, right? Because you're not a deadbeat dad. Exactly. But it is an opinion. It's Miss Olsen's opinion. The opinion that she's trying to persuade everybody that I am. But at the end of the day, it's just her comment and her opinion that you're a deadbeat dad. Right. So that's two. What is the third thing that's offensive about it? Dipping as soon as we get discharged with no help. Because I left her with formula. I paid for all of his diapers. She didn't have anything at the house. The only reason why I left is because she put her hands in my face and she said that, don't ever come back. Me and my son don't want you. Let must just stop you there. So, it's my understanding you're at the hospital for the birth of the child, correct? Yeah. What date was that? April 26th. And were you guys discharged? And did you guys go back to the Airbnb that you paid for? Did you go back to Miss Olsen's home? As soon as we were discharged, I drove us to her home. So you guys get back to her house. Around what time was this on April 26th, 2024, if you know? Maybe lunch, noon? So noon in the afternoon, so 12 in the afternoon, and you understand Miss Olsen had just given birth at this point, correct? 2 days later, prior. What? Within a week of her giving birth, correct? Right. So you guys go back to the house. What happens next? I noticed that there's nothing set up or formula or diapers for my son. Did you expect Miss Olsen to set all these things up at the house? I mean, it's her house and her child, right? They're not together and they're not living with one another. So what would be the expectation? Am I crazy? 100%. Because it wasn't set up. You then decided you went and set everything up. No. I left after she got very, aggressive with me. I didn't set anything up. And what was specifically said? Did you guys have an argument? It was just an argument about me not being a man because I was upset that she wanted me to bring all of her friends' stuff upstairs when she had other men living with her during her pregnancy that could have done that. So that was the argument. So you basically had an argument with Miss Olsen because she requested you bring her friend's items up to the apartment. Yes. And as a result of this argument, you left the house. Well, I got past that and learned to ignore it because I really wanted to be there for my son. Moved to strike, Your Honor, just trying to find out what he did next. Well, I moved past it. I think it's part of the explanation, so I'll let it stand. So you move back past, and what happened next, Mr. Gacy? I go get lunch really quick. I come back, and then I'm looking at everything not set up, and then I leave because she puts her hands in my face. At this point, we're yelling, and I'm in her space, I'm in her property, so I needed to leave. That is exactly what he should have done. For anybody else who has a different opinion, you're wrong. Sorry, you're wrong. I don't care if it was Brianna and John. I don't care if it was Tim and Kathy from down the street. That is exactly what he should have done. He saw The situation escalating. He knew that she is prone to putting her hands on him and other men. So he left. He's in her space. He's in her property. So he left. Where did you go next after this? I went to go get an Airbnb and a lawyer. 1,000%. And then as a result, you're saying that as a result of everything that happened on this April 26th incident, Miss Olsen then posted this statement. This wasn't April 26th. My son was born April 26th. So was this April 28th then? I'm pretty positive it was April 28th, the day we left. So you're at Miss Olsen's home. You guys have an argument. You leave. She's there with the baby. And then is it your understanding she then posts this statement on social media? Exactly. And so knowing all this now, and you guys are in this argument and Miss Olsen posts this, is it your understanding? So did you do anything on social media to dispute this or contest this, or did you respond to this post from Miss Olsen? I did respond. How did you respond, Mr. Gacy? Everybody was saying I was a deadbeat dad, and how I responded was, my son is 6 days old. He will not remember this. And is there anything in that post from Miss Olsen there that advises or encourages or says for people to contact you? Are you asking me, is she telling people to harass me in this? That's my question. Did she say, go reach out to Mr. Gacy in that comment or that post? It seems like a motive. Your Honor, just asking him specifically in the post, not a motive. Is there anything in that there that directs any of Miss Olsen's followers to contact you, yes or no? No, sir. Can I approach and get that back, Your Honor? Yes. So at this point, Mr. Gacy, oh, fuck no! Fuck. Oh, wait. Okay, good. We're right here. Whew. I just went to Exhibit C. My bad, y'all. So at this point, Mr. Gacy, Miss Olsen's made this post. You respond to this post on social media. Is it fair to say after this exchange between you and Miss Olsen on social media, people then began reaching out to you directly? Yes. Well, even before, though. Yes, sir. If I can now, just so the record is clear, I'm going to move to Exhibit 6 of Mr. Gacy's May 3rd, 2024 request for DVRO order. I'm going to direct him to Exhibit 6 at this point. Do you recall, Mr. Gacy, on or about when you received that message? You said, do I know when? Yes, around the time when my son was born. So was it within a week of your son being born? Could have been, yeah. And you would agree when we looked at Exhibit 5, Miss Olsen didn't advise or encourage any of her followers to contact you, correct? Correct. And as a result of the back and forth between you and Miss Olsen, you now have some third party directly messaging you, making these comments to you, correct? Did you respond back or did you reply back to that direct message? No. Did you report that direct message to either Instagram or TikTok? Thank you for the those things. I don't know what I can say and what I can't say now. Did you report that direct message to either Instagram or TikTok or whatever platform it was on? Can you open the chat real quick? Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to go as fast as I can. Can you open the chat, please? Okay. Have I not gotten there yet? Thanks, Sammy. No, I know, I got it. Maybe I'm delayed a little. Everybody tap the screen, please. Big Mama T, I'm going to post it on my YouTube channel. I don't know. I didn't get these. I have a person who gets them. No, this is not from today. They're literally sitting in court right now. Geese E, my bad. Thanks, Jess. Can we get transcript from today court hearing? We will be able to eventually. It's talking about her and his friend. Okay, got it. Oh, that's what y'all are wanting me to read. Okay. I'm screaming, Rachel. Everybody don't forget to drop your heart me. I don't know what I can say. Moderator, put it in the chat real quick, pin the comment, because I don't know what I'm allowed to say. I got my live flagged earlier for saying something about a GIFTS. Yeah, that thing that Lily just did. Oh my god, my ass hurts. Of course, Ange, I got you. As soon as things come out, I promise I'll update. As soon as things come out. Dude, I don't know. Sammy. Okay, I'm almost there, right? I'm almost there. Okay. We're almost there. All right. Cool. Mute the chat. Mute the chat, guys. Thank you, Elle. L, as soon as you get it, you know what you got to do. They said page 180. You weren't paid. Yeah, but this is the second thing that I opened. So in the first one I did, it was like 100 and something. So I should be close, Mandy. Because the person who sent these to me, she had to break them up to send them to me. So they're in different things. Okay, where are we at? Comment to you. Okay. Did you report that direct message to either Instagram or TikTok or whatever platform it was on? Yes. Do you know as a result if that follower or person who made that comment to you was banned? No. It's also your understanding, Mr. Giese, that Miss Olsen was banned from some Instagram and TikTok as a result of her comments about you, correct? Repeat yourself? Sure. So it's your understanding that Miss Olsen was banned from Instagram and social media because she made comments about you on those platforms. I'm aware she got banned from TikTok Live. Was there even a period of time, Mr. Giese, where you participated in OF? I'm screaming. Yes, there was, sir. I'd like to be called to the stand, Your Honor. I'd like to speak on this. Sir, Your Honor. Your Honor, both hands are up. I'd like to speak on this, sir. Sorry. I get excited. I'm just really passionate. Do you have any recollection of Miss Olsen making comments about the platform OF on her social media platform? Yes. Are you aware of Miss Olsen being banned from social media as a result of her comments about FO? Are you asking me? Can you say that again? I'll ask the question again. Are you aware of Miss Olsen being bananaed from social media platforms as a result of her discussing or commenting on about FO? I can't really answer this yes or no. If you don't know, that's okay. That's a perfectly good answer. I don't know. If you don't know, that's your answer. Okay. If I may approach again, Your Honor. Mr. Giese, you testified earlier that Miss Olsen posted your full phone number on social media. Is that right? Right. Do you have a copy of that post? I don't know. You can ask Taylor. I can easily pull it up. You are 100% confident that she posted your full phone number on social media. She posted it with a picture or a video, and then she also said it. And what is your understanding of what she said specifically on that particular post? Objection. Vague and ambiguous, as to which he testified there were multiple times where she shared his phone number. Why don't you give me a date, Mr. Giese, when you were first became aware that Miss Olsen posted your phone number on social media? I can't give you an exact date just off the top of my brain. I'm pretty sure you might have it on file, but there were multiple dates. Was this 2023? Yes, sir. Was it in the fall of 2023, the spring of 2023? I'm pretty sure it was everything. John, thank you for the gifts, y'all. Not everything. Did Miss Olsen ever send you direct messages on Instagram or TikTok? Not after I blocked her. So at this point, Miss Olsen is blocked, so you and her have no direct communication on any social media platforms, correct? Correct. As a result of this, any interactions that you and Miss Olsen were going to have was either a result of her posting something or of you posting something, correct? Was there ever a time in either 2023 or 2024 where you tagged Miss Olsen in any post that you generated? Oh, yes. So I understand that in order to tag Miss Olsen, you would have to go into social media and you would have to add her name to your post. Yeah. Yes, sir. And what was the context of you tagging her on post or posting Miss Olsen? It was me defending myself. And then Miss Olsen would make a comment or a post. You would reply and make a comment or a post. And then you guys were tagging each other, correct? It wasn't consistent for me, no. Then after you would tag Miss Olsen and Miss Olsen would tag you, is that when all these comments or followers would start making statements either on your platform or on Miss Olsen's platform? No, it was months until I finally replied. And after the birth, on the 28th, when you left, when is the next time you returned? If at all, did you ever return after April 28th to go and cohabitate with Miss Olsen? No. Is it fair to say that after 28th, did you stay in Los Angeles? 100%. That was the Airbnb that you rented. Yes. Was there ever a time in April 2024 that you returned to Texas? In April? Yes. No, the next month. And Mr. Giese, did you ever make a police report in the state of Texas? Yes. And are you aware of any sort of prosecution or any crimes being charged against Miss Olsen in the state of Texas? No. Do you know if that investigation is still ongoing at this time? It's possible. Is there any reason, Mr. Giese, why you waited? Let me ask you this. When did you first become aware of Miss Olsen making these, what you contend to be negative or hostile messages on social media? When was the first time you became aware of it? Whenever we were together, during our 10 months, she would bash me when we were together as well. So that could have been as early as 2022. Yeah, exactly. Is there any reason why in 2022 you didn't seek to file a restraining order? No, we were still together. So it was only after you guys broke up that you decided to file a restraining order. Generally, that's when people do it, sir. After we broke up, after my son was born, yes. Is it also fair to say that you filed the request for restraining order after you opened up the paternity case? Is that correct? Say that again. So is it your understanding that you filed the request for a restraining order after you had opened up the parentage action with Ms. Olsen? I'm sure I did it at the same time. Mr. Giese, do you consider yourself a public figure? 100%. I just want to emphasize, you also post your son W on social media, correct? Mr. Giese, yes, sir. Do you have any concerns about strangers seeing your son and you on social media? No. And why is that? Because I protect my son. And you consider posting your son on social media with you a form of protection? Don't do it, sir. Mr. Sands, I understand that you've been let go as the active attorney, but I will fucking find you. I don't see it as a harm. However, you do see, if Miss Olsen posted your child on social media, you consider that to be harmful because it's direct. What do you mean by direct? She's attacking me. You understand her to be attacking you by her putting these opinions out there about how she feels about you as a father. Is that correct? And as a man and other things, yes. Is it your position during the entire relationship you've never made a single derogatory comment or anything negative towards Ms. Olsen? Let me just pause right here and just say this. That has never once been John's argument. And honestly, remove John from the situation. Let me just put myself on camera. Hold on. Hi, everyone. The argument is that he has not ever messed up or made a comment about her or responded to anything. The argument is that she has persistently, constantly gone after him, made derogatory comments about him, about his sexuality. I don't know if I can say that word. Shit. Sorry. My bad, TikTok. Love y'all. Mean it down bad. Or whatever the kids say. Clock that. She's made derogatory comments about him, derogatory comments about his mother, derogatory comments about his sister. Constantly. We're going on. We're over a year now that this has been happening on social media, and she's still doing it. She was just doing it. The last I saw was like last week. Just so we're clear. And if you, as an attorney, aren't looking at the full picture and seeing the difference, and I understand that he has a job to do, and that's his client, right? His client isn't John, so therefore he's probably not going to make arguments that are in favor of John. But if you can't sit down with your client and say, listen, there's a huge difference here in what you guys are doing. I don't think you're doing a service to her as a client, as a person, and as a mother. At the end of the day, everything that's being done has to be in the best interest of W. Has to be. And if you think, as a viewer or as somebody who's consuming this situation, me as a whatever you want to call me, I commentate on things. If you think that there is not a difference between the two, what the two of them are doing, how the two of them have behaved, and their actions, you are sadly fucking mistaken. And I'm not here to argue with you. I'm not going to argue with you. You can message me. You can comment on stuff. I'll just remove you. Because this is my space, and you're not about to disrupt what I have going on over here. These are my opinions, and I'm basing them off of facts. I am basing them off of what I'm seeing happen. Okay? That's all I got to say about that. Okay, I feel like we're almost there. And is it your position during the entire relationship you've never made a single derogatory comment or anything negative towards Miss Olsen? Yes, I have. Thank you. And what type of things would you say to Miss Olsen? I would call her out of her name. When you say call her out of her name, what would that mean for the court? I would cuss at her. What else would you do, Mr. Giese? Cuss at her? If I wasn't cussing, I was saying something mean. And this all occurred between 2022 and 2024 when you guys broke up. Excuse me. Yeah. And was there ever a period of time where you had concerns about the safety of the child in Miss Olsen's care? Was there any concerns? Yes, 100%. Did you ever call Child Protective Services on Miss Olsen? No. Did you ever make a police report about the safety of your child in Miss Olsen's care? No. Thank you, Miss Beverly. Love you down bad, baby. No. I have asked this earlier, Mr. Giese, but the last time you were in court, you did post or had someone post with you pictures or videos of you at court. Is that correct? Tiffany, thank you, baby. At court, meaning what? Like, did you go live or stream while you were in court on break or anything like that at the last hearing? Yes. And what was the purpose of that? Why were you posting yourself at court? You know how I told you I have to respond to my chat because that's how I get paid. I have to maintain the peace. John was on the stand. Okay. As of an hour ago, John was on the stand, y'all. Just so y'all know. Thank you for updating me. I have an inside source. So is it your understanding that by posting, you're maintaining the peace? Is this another question? Yes, I'm asking. Okay, go ahead. Is it your understanding that you have to post in order to, quote, unquote, maintain the peace? I have to communicate, the court. Is maintaining the peace some sort of jargon that I don't understand? Does it... I'm screaming. Yes, you're the inside source, baby. Does it relate to getting paid? Yes, for sure. Can you explain what the phrase means then? Well, when I was getting canceled and there was no peace in my lives, I wasn't making any money. And now that people see I am a good dad, I am making a lot of money. By making a lot of money, that's your interpretation of quote unquote maintaining the peace. Or me completely blocking everything out. Is it your understanding that if you don't post, you won't make money? Posting and going live are two different things. Well, if you don't post or you don't go live, you won't make money. In this state, yes, I will not make money. Would you agree? Hold on. Where did I... Would you agree with me that, in addition to Miss Olsen's comments about you as a parent, you have also put this paternity case out there on social media to generate income, not to generate income? So then again, I would ask the same question then, what was the purpose of you posting yourself at court, at the last court hearing? To communicate. What were you intending to communicate by going on social media, Mr. Gacy? That everything is going to be fine, and everything, quote, is going to be fine. That's your opinion as well, correct? Sure. No further questions, Your Honor. I just reserved some recross if there is anything else mentioned on redirect. Okay, Ms. Butnick, redirect. Okay, thank you. You can open up the chat. Before we get into this, I'm assuming we're fucking close. Because y'all swear that we've been close for the last fucking hour. Everybody keep tapping the screen. Thank you guys for being here. I love y'all down so bad. Don't forget to hit the follow button. There are. So my source broke these up into 3 different sections. I already read about 100 and something pages of it. Thank you guys. Thank you. Of course, come on now. I do what I can. No, Taylor. So hold on. Y'all are getting confused. So this is the second set that I've already read. I already read 100 and something pages. No, there's no way to have court documents today, you guys. Thank you for your heart me. Thank you for those gifts, Blanca. Oh shit, I don't know if I can say that word. There's no way to have court documents from today. Why post W? Why post W at all for real? What do you mean? Can you rephrase your question? I feel like we're almost there. We have to be. Thank you for the follows. Thank you guys. If you can't think. I don't know what I'm allowed to do. I don't know what's on 188. Okay, close the chat. We'll get there. All right, sweet. Thanks. Okay. All right, this is this is redirect, which is questions from his attorney to him. John's attorney to him, right? Okay. You were asked about a picture that you had attached where there was a bruise on your lip. You testified that it was from Miss Olsen hitting you in the face, and you were trying to recall the date that happened. Had there been multiple occasions where Bree has hit you in the face? Yeah. Do you recall the first occasion where she hit you in the face? I think that was one of the first ones, and then that's why I documented it. The other times, it didn't really matter to me. Because it was a common behavior? Yeah, because if I wasn't going to report her to the police and we were together, I just wanted to keep it to myself. You were asked about your social media platforms and the number of followers you have, and you gave 2 different numbers for your Instagram followers. And that's because, again, one of your Instagram accounts, just to clarify, your original or first Instagram account, that was something that was hacked by Miss Olsen and then closed, correct? Yes. So you had to start a new Instagram account, both. And do you also generate income, or at the time that this was happening with respect to the closure of the... is page... Okay, so on this one, it's page 75. Got it, L. Thank you, babe. So we're almost there, y'all. Hold your britches. So you had to start a new Instagram account. Both. Do you also generate income, or at the same At the time that this was happening, with respect to the closure of the Instagram account, were you generating income through Instagram? Yes. You also testified that you did go to some therapy after you broke up. Do you know when that happened? No. And I wouldn't even consider it like therapy because I'm not sure if it was during our breakup or after our breakup. I just know that she convinced me to go, and only me. So you're pretty much been dealing with all of the effects of what's going on your own. Objection, Your Honor. Leading. Sustained. Have you been going to anyone, maybe not a professional, to talk about how Miss Olsen's conduct has affected you? Yeah. Who? Well, I mean, it's kind of like the biggest topic on social media right now. Everybody knows. I talk about it with all my friends. You were asked about an interaction where you guys saw each other at a club in Tampa. Right. Why were you at a club in Tampa on this occasion? I was getting paid to pull up. By pull up, I'm screaming, John. You mean you were getting paid to be there? Yeah, sorry. We understand, but the court might not. The court. Oh, come on. I'm screaming. Not the court getting annoyed at Mr. Sand's clarification. The judge said, oh, come on, brother. Tee it up. Anyway, sorry. And you said, so Bree showed up to this club that you were getting paid to be at while you said she was about 5 months pregnant with W. Yeah. Did you invite her to this club? No, my best friend did. Did she show up with your best friend? Well, he's not my best friend anymore, but yeah. Is there a reason that... Oh, here we go. We had to be getting close, right? That he's no longer your best friend because he ate... What the hell? Ah! Is this what y'all are talking about? Open the chat. Open the chat. Open the chat. I'm screaming. He did what? Am I wrong? Ah! Is this what y'all were talking about? Hold on, I gotta get on here. I'm sweating. I immediately started perspiring. Okay, let's keep going. Is there a reason he's no longer your best friend? I can't do this. Because he ate her butt out. Why do you think she showed up at this club with your former best friend? Objection. Calls for speculation. Lacks foundation. We're just moving on from the butt comment? Wait. Okay. Why do you believe she was involved? I believe she flew across the country to harass me. Did she post about showing up at the club you were getting paid to be at on her social media? Yeah, that's why I just made that comment, because she's the one that said it. So the vulgar comment that you made was something that, yeah, she was the one that said it. We've talked a lot about social media posts and wait, she's the one who admitted. Brooklyn, thank you for the paper crane, baby. Wait, she's the one who said that the best friend ate her butt? I'm screaming. Kara, thank you for the rose. What? I'm trying to get somebody to eat my butt. Okay. Yes, thank you, baby. Melissa, thank you. Thank you, loves. Okay, so the comment okay, yeah, she said it. We've talked a lot about social media posts. NET, thank you. And social media live streams. There's a difference between a post and live stream, correct? Yes, ma'am. When did you start? Wait, is that it? Hold on, that can't be it. L, tell me if there's more before I get to it. Just message me. And did you start doing live stream? When did you start doing live stream? Well, I have always done live streams, like here. Miss Beverly with a rising key. Thank you, baby. Why is it telling me to change this? I swear to God, TikTok said, you're never getting this. Fucking change it and stop putting this as your damn goal. You weirdo. All right. Confirm. Okay. Here we go. All right. I need to make money, but since I need to make money to live here and pay for things, everything, I have to go live full time now. So since I've been in Cali. So around the time W was born, I would say about a month and a half to 2 months after W was born. So prior to a month and a half to 2 months after, well, W was born in April, correct? Yes, ma'am. So we're looking at, thank you, Kara. So we're looking at probably June of 2024. You started doing live streams regularly, correct? Thank you, Des. I was still in and out regularly now for the past 2 months for sure. And comparatively, how frequently, or let me ask you, does Miss Olsen do live streams on her social media? Thank you guys for all the gifts. Does Miss Olsen on her social media? Yes, but she doesn't get paid. Paid or not paid? How long has she been doing live streams? For over a year. And would you say she does a live stream almost every day? Amy! Yeah. And the content of Miss Olsen's live streams, if she's been doing them every day for the past year, about how many of those live streams did she mention you in this past? Every single one. And she doesn't get paid for these lives, as far as you know. I know that she doesn't. So she's just going on her social media lives to talk about you, not generating any income. Exactly. And you were asked to describe the content you post. You said it's like barber content, dad content, family-friendly community content. Is there a difference between the type of content you share and the type of content that Miss Olsen shares? Yes. What is that difference? She poses me as somebody in a negative light. And your content, do you do anything to try to? Would you say that your content directly describes Miss Olsen in a negative light? No, I don't talk about her on my content. And you were asked about a couple of different posts or lives where you referenced in some capacity the fact that you're involved in this proceeding. Would you say that that's the extent of it, of your post about what's been going on in your life? Say it again. So you were asked about 2 different posts or live streams where you referenced in some capacity the fact that you're involved in this proceeding. Right, yeah. So I mean, like, a post is more so like you have to take your time to think about it and post when you're on live. That is how I make money, and it's in the moment. So I might reply to a comment here and there, but I'm not taking the time to make a post about her. Do you specifically talk about Brie in those posts? Even though... Oh, let me turn this off. Sorry. I don't like my face on the screen. That way y'all can read it. My bad. Sorry. Good thing I didn't do a line of coke. So I might reply to a comment here and there, but I'm not taking the time to make a post. Do you specifically talk about Brie in those posts, even though you may be alluding in some way to the fact that this proceeding is happening? When say specifically, what do you mean? Like, do you specifically disparage her in your post? Mr. Sands, objection, Your Honor, leading. Overruled. She's just explaining what she meant by the question. So you're saying I disparage her, like, do you specifically disparage her in your post or in your live streams? Disparage is something negative? I'm screaming 2K. I love him. Correct. No, ma'am. You were asked about responding to comments, and you said some comments, thank you, Noreen. Some comments. You were asked about responding to comments, and you said some comments are coming from Bree's post. Do you mean by that people are commenting on your content in a way that... Can you clarify what you mean by that? Can I clarify what I mean by people coming from Bree's post? Yes, like comment... Wait, are we done with the butt stuff? Or no? Can somebody open the comments real quick and just answer that question? Don't go crazy. Are we done with the butt? Are we done with the booties? Oh, that's it? Okay, we're going to get back to it then. We're going to get back to that. As soon as I'm done with these, we'll get back to it, okay? Because I'm not done talking about that. Can we hear... I'm reading everything. Okay, turn the comments off. Hi, Corey Waters. How are you, friend? Well, they're basically pretty much say the same thing. How Bree said I was a deadbeat baby daddy. That's what that message said in the declaration or in the exhibits. It said the exact same thing that Bree said about me. So people then reach out to addressing the same topic she had just posted about. Exactly. And did this begin, and by this, I mean Bree using her social media platform to disparage you. Did that begin after W was born? No, way before. How long had she been doing this for? I mean, when we were together before she was even pregnant, would it correlate to anything specific, like a breakup or a fight or anything that you could? Well, she lied about a miscarriage, and then my clients came up to me asking about the miscarriage. Oh my God. Was there a period of time that you guys broke up and her content intensified, or has it been pretty consistently throughout the course of your relationship, whether you were together or since co-parents? Well, when we were together, I told her, if you want to be together, you have to apologize to my supporters because, like I said, you to keep the peace. So I said, you need to make a public apology. I think she did it once or twice. And then the reason why it wasn't as bad as it is now is because she was apologizing. And then I was still with her. And I'm like, guys, trust it. We're okay. And I mean, we're obviously not together. So it got way worse. You mentioned, as far as you know, Bree has been permanently banned on 3 or 4 different accounts. Is that on TikTok specifically? And your understanding of when somebody gets banned from a TikTok account, is that because the content they're posting is deemed to not be appropriate by TikTok? Yeah, their speech. So it will ban them for their speech on the internet. It will literally say that. It says bullying. So Bree has already been banned been banned 3 or 4 times for bullying on her TikTok, various TikToks. Yes, ma'am. What is if you know, when is the first time that one of her TikTok accounts was banned for B&H? Permanently, I don't really remember, but a while ago. When you say a while ago, like what time frame? When has, maybe like 8 months ago? And when is the most recent time, if you know, that one of her accounts has been banned for B&H? So they'll ban you for about a week, right? But so he needs to clarify what he means by that. He's meaning suspended, not bananaed. I think that's a common thing that people get mixed up. But her main account got, okay, so see. So they'll ban you for about a week, right? But her main account got permanently banned, so she'll never get that back for how deep the bullying on that account. After that account, do you know when that account was permanently banned? That one that I'm talking about was about 8 months ago, but you said when was like the most recent time? I think about 2 weeks ago, but not permanently. So as far as you know, does TikTok take steps like they start off by week-long or shorter bans before they officially permanently ban? Exactly. After she got, let me ask you, prior to her being permanently banned on her main account 8 months ago, was Bree bullying you online? Prior to her ban? Yes. That's how she got banned. After that account was permanently banned, did she then create another account to continue bullying? Yeah. About how many times has she, since that permanent ban, has she bullied you on an account, then gotten suspended, and then resumed her behavior? I think she has a total of 5 or 6 accounts. And so she jumped from one account to another to continue this harassment. Yeah. She'll say, follow me on this account, or I'm not going to talk about my ex anymore. I'm screaming. What a fucking child. So does she, from your understanding, does she entice her followers to go to another account to continue watching the content she's sharing about you? Yeah, exactly. You asked about whether you blocked Bree, and you said you blocked her for everything. When did you start blocking her from accounts? Probably around the time she left Tampa. When was that? Like 5 months, maybe 4 months? She had been bashing me so much, but when I saw her stomach grow and whenever we got closer to W being born, I was like, this was for real. I don't want to do this. So I blocked her. I blocked out the negativity because I would respond, but I deleted a lot of my stuff I would do because it's not in the best interest of my son to just talk about her. So maybe, again, the growth is there. And if you don't agree, that's on you. I don't care. There's a difference in the two people in this situation. Just making that very clear. So maybe about then, when 5 months pregnant, you blocked her on everything. Obviously blocking her on everything didn't prevent you from receiving the bullying of you online, correct? Right. So how are you? Can you explain to the court how just blocking Bree hasn't been effective to escape this online harassment? I mean, it's not going to work. She said herself she won't stop talking about me unless the judge orders it. Yep. Just so we're clear, when she talks about you, and you mentioned this previously, people screen record. What does that mean? You can record your screen that you're currently watching and save it to your device as a video that you took. So people, as far as you know, are people then recording Bree's screen and sharing the content and distributing it such that you cannot avoid seeing it? Exactly. And in these posts, Bree or these other people that screen record her post, are you being tagged in them in some way where they make it to you? Yeah. So do you get notified if she posts a live every day about you? About how many of those do you actually get notifications of? Probably about 7 a day, or yeah, probably like 7 a day, because she probably goes live for an hour to 2 hours talking about me, and then they break it up into like 7 videos. So you're getting notified approximately 7 times a day of different posts she's making about you at a minimum. Okay. You were asked about phone calls, and you said you've received at least thousands of phone calls. When you say you get comments from her supporters, what kind of things do they say to you if you've answered or gotten messages? Did you see that message we were talking about earlier about being a deadbeat baby daddy, unalive yourself? Oh my God. I want to also just say something really quickly, because I know that, like, hold on, let me put myself on the screen. So I know that, like, John has a persona of, like, being, you know, this, like, funny kind of, like, whatever person. Y'all have to understand that these are real people and real situations. And even though he may not come on live and talk about all the time, like, how this affects him, and this isn't even just towards him. This is for both parties, right? These things have an impact on people. imagine some of y'all's situations that y'all have been in where y'all have gone through maybe this kind of situation or just a situation online in general where you have been, thank you, Tracy, where you have been harassed or whatever by people. Now think about it on this level. Thousands of people a day making comments, whether it be negative or positive. He even clarified that up above. I just want to point that out. The impact that will have on somebody. Somebody who's mentally, or psychologically not her. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you for the gifts, y'all. Okay. Yeah, that's the only thing. And do the comments that you receive from these people that call you, do they correlate to the statements Bree's making about you on social media? Yeah, that's the only thing I'm talking about. You were asked about police reports involving the police. There was a point in 2023, so prior to W being born, where you did report some of Bree's conduct to the police, correct? Yeah. Is that you don't know, though, if anything has actually happened with that investigation, correct? No, ma'am. And then again, prior to W being born, other than reporting some of the incidents to the police, did you do anything else to try to escape the abuse that you've been enduring by the respondent? I mean, I moved across the country. I mean, I literally moved all the way across the fucking country. She would fly Dallas all the time so I wouldn't break up. I think they meant she would fly to Dallas all the time so I wouldn't break up with her. I moved to Florida to be farther away. I mean, she flew to Florida again. I mean, there's pretty much nothing I can do. So you tried to distance yourself from her during the pregnancy to escape the abuse. I moved prior to pregnancy, but the way she flew to Dallas so I couldn't break up with her, she flew to Florida as well. So yeah, during the pregnancy, you tried to physically create distance between you and respondent to try to escape from the abuse. I mean, I broke up with her 2 months before she got pregnant. You said that when you guys got home from the hospital after W was born, she put hands on your face. Were afraid she was going to get physical with you again on that occasion. Yes. You were asked about whether you've ever been mean to Bree or cussed at her. Would you say that are you talking about isolated arguments that you guys have had or an ongoing course of conduct? What's your terminology of an isolated conversation? I'm screaming. Are you talking about going online and doing these things, or are you talking about in-person arguments that you and Bree have had? In-person arguments. And during those in-person arguments, was Bree also cursing and calling you names? Yes, ma'am. And some of those in-person arguments where you cursed at her and maybe called her some names, was she physical with you? Yes, ma'am. Would you do those arguments? You said, I think you may have. Do those predate the breakup that happened while she was pregnant with W? Yeah, because I wasn't around for her pregnancy, because it wasn't in the best interest of my child. And that you felt like was for your safety, correct? For my safety and for her health and W's health inside of... If y'all don't understand how he did not make the best decision, like this whole argument of he wasn't there during the pregnancy. If y'all don't see how there could possibly have been, and y'all don't have to like the guy, I get it. Y'all are going to say, oh, he's just saying that, whatever. I don't give a fuck. If y'all don't see how what he did by removing himself from that situation both positively affected himself and her and the baby, you're insane. This is probably the best explanation of that. So, like it or not, that is what happened. Miss me with the other bullshit. For my safety and for her health and W's health inside of her. And post the day W got home from the hospital, you and Bree have not really been alone together, correct? At his 4-month checkup, that's the only time we had a moment. Thank you guys for the gifts. So none of these arguments where there's been any kind of cursing or name calling in person have occurred since W got home from the hospital, correct? Yes, and even, yeah. You were asked whether you personally observed Miss Olsen in the same room with the minor child while she was posting on social media, and you said no. Is that because you guys have not really been physically in person together since W was born? Well, you know that post that she made about me being a deadbeat baby daddy? The child was inside of her, and she made a premeditated post about me. And so, W was not physically here, and then she made a post about me. She made a post about me in my Airbnb while W was still inside of her. Days later, she gave birth. So, W hadn't even been born yet when she was already setting this narrative, calling you a deadbeat baby daddy and other posts. Exactly. Which is insane. Insane to be called I'm sorry, but if you're still on this oh, Brie Olsen, oh, I hate John. Okay, fine, hate John. You don't have to like him. But if you don't think that that's insane, that she was calling him a deadbeat before the child was even born, you're fucking batshit. Okay, sorry. Don't forget to follow my backups when I inevitably get bananaed on this one. I've seen it online. I haven't seen it in person. But you have viewed the content through your phone or of her bashing me with W? Yes, yes. Okay, Your Honor, I'm going to object and move to strike as non-responsive. He's throwing all these additional... He's not answering the questions. It's becoming a narrative at this point. Overruled. Thank you. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm just trying to clarify. It's all right. Just confine yourself to the question. Everything is fine. Yes, sir. So, you were asked about an Exhibit 5 to reply declaration where you were asked how... Sorry, y'all. You saw the video and you said this was a third-party video. When a third party posts a video, does that then incite other people to continue commenting, or are the posts that show up the posts that were... Can I approach and show the picture? I think it might help explain my question. All right. So this video that was attached, the clip of the video, the screenshot of the video is Exhibit 5. Right. This, you say, was posted. It was a third party that took a video or a live stream initially created by Bree and shared it with other people on social media. Yes. Do you see how there's comments showing up? Are those comments original comments that would have appeared on the post as Bree was recording the live, or are they new comments? So on this one, they're commenting on her live, and then on this one, they're commenting on her post. So even though a third party reposts content, the commentary that is being made on each post or live stream are people speaking directly. It's Bree and somebody communicating directly. So, Bree or you, anyone who posts a live, if you're getting comments that are hateful about somebody, you would have the opportunity to see the comment and interject and ask people to stop, for example. Yeah. Or you could see the comments and then run with them and use that, then generate more content and continue talking about what's being commented correctly. Commented correct. Exactly. You were asked about how you were concerned when you were... Oh, shit! I didn't even hear you come in. Sorry, y'all. My husband just busted through the door like a hippopotamus. Okay, but don't take your time because they're going to start barking, please. I'm reading transcripts. This is really important for my well-being. Okay? Huh, baby? Okay, well, I'll be done. Just let me finish. Go take the dogs out. I love you. How was work? Okay, good. Cool. Good job. Thank you for going to work today. You were asked about how you were concerned when you returned home from the hospital, and nothing has been set up prior to W. You weren't living in Los Angeles prior to W's birth, correct? I was not living in Los Angeles. Were you in a relationship with Miss Olsen prior to W's birth, such that you could have set up her house for her? I was not in a relationship with Miss Olsen. After W was born, did Miss Olsen leak your phone number again? Yes. And do you recall how she did that? She recorded her friend calling me and posted it. So she recorded her friend on her phone with my physical number being shown, and then she posted it. And did this happen around the time that she had started commenting about, for example, you're a deadbeat baby daddy and other insults? No, she had already been calling me that. And then she posted your phone number? Yeah. Was there any context as to why? Did she give any context as to why? Or do you have any opinion as to why she posted your phone number? What did she hope to gain from that? She wants a family. What do you mean by that? I don't want to be with her. I'm screaming, John. This is not the response. So what do you think was the motive behind posting your phone number? She's hurt. I agree with that. So it was to hurt you. Like, clarify what you... to harass me, to get people to harass me. Why would she post my number? Has she ever posted anything or said anything on a live telling people to contact you other than just sharing your number? Yes. About how many times has that happened? I think like 3 or 4. And has she ever posted or said anything on a live threatening your family? Yeah. What has she said? That she was going to bury... Oh my God. My mom next to my mom's dad because he's unalive. And also threatened my barbershop. You were asked about this, so you said that you had talked about, since you had to be in LA, you have started using the live streams more often to generate income because you have to earn an income here in California. Do you recall that? Yes, ma'am. Prior to W being born, did you spend any extended amount of time in Los Angeles? No. So you're here solely to be around your son. That's the only reason I'm here. Do you have the ability to generate income outside of... I just want to stop before we move on to the next, because we're about to be done with this section, and the next section's not that long. I just want to point out the clear fucking difference in parenting. One, the parents literally... literally moved across the country and rented out an Airbnb and stayed there for months to be around their child. Then you have another parent complaining about how they have to I have to fly back and forth, and I have to pay for this and then everything's so expensive. Because you don't want to be with your kid, numbnuts. Stop going on vacation with that child and spend the money on your kid that you brought into this fucking world. Sorry. Okay. Do you have the ability to generate income outside of TikTok lives in other states? In other states, yes. I mean, or did you? I did. When you say your barbershop was that what you were doing for work prior to this whole social media thing. Yeah. And where's your barbershop located? I don't have one anymore. I gave everything up for my son. I have a barbershop in Dallas right now. Right now, though, that has all my tools and everything. You're just not actually operating it because you're here. I've been here for 4 months, Miss Taylor. Yes, ma'am. See, this is what I'm saying. That's the difference in in the parenting. If you don't understand that, I don't know what else to tell you. Okay, sorry. You talked about tagging each other. Is that, so that's how you can, just so I'm clear, that's how you get someone's attention or make sure they see your post or live stream. Yeah. And you said there had been months of Miss Olsen tagging you until you finally replied by tagging her, correct? Yeah. How long had she been tagging you in your post prior to you? Oh no, gifting suspended. What the helly? Appeal. Not, they turned off my fucking gifts. Anyway, whatever. Help me, I'm poor. Okay. Bashing me when we were together, but it wasn't until every day after we broke up in probably like 3 or 4 months. Do you continue to be tagged on Miss Olsen's post or live streams to ensure that you see them? Yeah. Any content that you posted or shared referencing the fact that you guys are in this court proceeding or any custodial issues, did that happen after Miss Olsen had, or what was the timing? Who started posting first, and then what was the timing between when the next person posted? So I don't understand that question. Okay. The court said they don't understand the question. Okay. So did Miss Olsen post about this case before you posted anything? I can't believe they turned off my gifting. Y'all are shady boots. Anyway, did Miss Olsen post about this case before you posted anything? Yeah. Did she post about W before you posted anything about W? What do you mean? Like, well, I guess I would say her and I had an agreement and we went live at the hospital together. So you shared a post together of the two of you at the hospital with W. Yeah, even before W was born, because we were together. Me and Brianna were going live together as if everything was okay. And then in terms of the content taking a turn for the negative, did Miss Olsen initiate the negative tone of the post and the live streams? Yeah. You were asked about your concerns regarding strangers on social media, and it sounds like you differentiate between your content and Miss Olsen's content. Gifting restored. Hell yeah. Everybody throw your biggest. Oh, it's telling me to change this. What did I do wrong? What the helly? The Heliana? The Heliante? This is ghetto. Confirm. Whatever. Thank you guys for everything. Anyway, okay. You were asked about your concerns regarding strangers on social media, and it sounds like you differentiate between your content and Miss Olsen's content in terms of a safety issue. What is the specific safety issue with respect to Miss Olsen's content? I mean, she literally posts him with safety hazards. I mean, how he sleeps. Is that what you're asking? Yeah, well, maybe my question is not clear. Do you have any specific safety concerns with respect to the people who follow you on social media on your respective social media accounts, or like, I'll just withdraw my question. I have nothing further. Mr. Sands, yes, Your Honor. Oh, God, we're redirecting? Or fuck. How much longer? You guys. Okay. You can turn the chat on. Give me a second. Thanks, Jazzy. Turn the chat on for a second. Let everybody get it out. Okay, sorry. To answer the questions about, is this from today? No. Comments? Okay, hold on really quick. Let me clarify. People in the comments, don't answer. Because then you take up spots in the comment section, okay? I'll answer the question, I promise. But thank y'all. I know y'all just want to help. This is not from today. This is from last year's DVRO. The new DVRO is today. Nobody will have court documents on that. I do have a little bit of an inside source, and I'm trying to get updates as I can. If a DVRO... The reason I'm reading these, one, is that these were sent to me today. Two, if a DVRO is put into play, a permanent one is granted today, she will not be able to gain custody over the next 3 days of a custody hearing. Does that make sense to everybody? The reason being is per law, I'm gonna upload this to my YouTube channel. I'll upload the documents and I'll upload this live. Because that's the law. She can't have a restraining order and have custody of a child. If you need me, no, she can't. It's even if you go back, and it's in these documents. If you go back, at the very beginning, the court addresses her. The judge does, and he lets her know. Thanks, Cadence. And he lets her know, like, you understand that, like, if this is put into place, you cannot get. I'll have to reread it. This is in California. I can go back and read it when I'm done, but I'm just letting y'all know. Correct. I agree. All right, we're going to go back to reading. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to power through, okay? Everybody, drop your daily work. These things. They're still in court right now. We're putting in work today, Kara. That's right, baby. No, that doesn't... So, she could still be given visitation. Okay? Just so we're clear. She could still be granted visitation. I am hoping, for the sake of that child, that is not granted to her when they do the custodial hearing. We won't know about that today. We will only know about the DVRO, hopefully today. I'll know about it today. I don't know about the rest of you. But, no, I'm going to see if I can say it. But, as of right now, they're still in court. Actually, court's about to be let out. It's 6:30 my time, which means it's 6:23, which they may be getting out or about to get out right now, because court will adjourn at like 4:30. They will let out at 4:30. Okay, let me turn this off. All right, let's get into it. We're back to her attorney questioning him. So, Mr. Giese, going back to your reply declaration that was dated September 10th, 2024, Exhibit 5. May I approach again, Your Honor? Yes. And with respect to this particular post, are you tagged or mentioned in this post? Only on this page? Question mark. Only on that page, Mr. Giese. Yes. Yeah, I was mentioned. Is it reflected there, or why is it not? Or can you point to the court where it's showing on there? Because this is a live recording where she mentioned me in the video on the live. This is just a screenshot. When you say mention, are you saying she's verbally speaking about you in the live? Exactly. But she's not tagging you, meaning like she's not adding your handle or anything like that. Is that correct? No. But because she's speaking on me, the T pages tag me because it's about me. So you're not tagged in the page in of itself, but because Miss Olsen speaks about you, you can't even tag somebody on a live stream. I can't tag anybody when I'm doing like my titles, like the caption for the live stream. I can't tag somebody. And you can't tag people in the comments. Right? Hell, I don't know. No, you can't. I don't know why I'm saying that. So you're not tagged in the page in itself, but because Miss Olsen speaks about you, then the algorithm of TikTok, it then adds you to it. Is that your understanding? Or how do you get tagged if you know? Well, I got tagged because she spoke on me. And with respect to the comments or any of the comments, they're referencing you. Just on that front page, Mr. Giese. Are they referencing me? No, but they are referencing Judge Kitchens. Oh. And there's a judge above that as well. Yeah, they're spelling Judge Kitchen's name because she clarified his name on the internet. With respects to the comments below those, are those referencing you at all? Not in this 1 second screenshot. I mean, this is your exhibit though, Mr. Giese, so I'm just asking. Right. I would just for the sake of record, hold on, we can't all talk at the same... This is an exhibit to the reply declaration that was filed in connect with the custody request and the move away. This is not an exhibit offered in support of the restraining order, so what? I think if that's an objection, it's overruled. No, it's just understood. I'm screaming. So, just on that page, I understand you have a further explanation. Your counsel can clarify, but for my purpose, this particular screenshot, does this show any reference about you or your comments about you in the comment section? No, sir. Okay, thank you. If I may approach, Your Honor, to get this back. Yeah. We talked earlier about a fact and opinion, so after your counsel asked you a bunch of questions, Mr. Giese, would you consider it a fact that you were not present with Miss Olsen during the pregnancy? Yeah, I was not pregnant. I was not present. So it's not just her opinion that you weren't there during the pregnancy. You actually were not there during the pregnancy. Is that correct? Correct. You mentioned that you and Miss Olsen did you guys go live for the pregnancy of the birth, or was this a post? I'm not clear. Say it again. Did you guys go live for the birth of W, or did you guys post it? How is that content created during the birth of W? Right. I'm sure we both went live on each of our accounts. So you went live on your social media account, and Miss Olsen went live on her social media account. I'm sure, yes. Okay, and this was during the birth of W, and prior, when she was at my Airbnb. And when you not gays, I'm screaming. Guys, we're both posting the content of W. Did you guys tag each other? The T pages did because we were with each other. So, for example, you mentioned Miss Olsen's name on social media and it tagged her. And Miss Olsen mentioned you and it tagged you as well with the T pages. Is that how it works? No, we don't have to. We were with each other. It's not like we're with each other. We're not talking about each other. We're talking to each other. I'm just trying to understand. So you're going live during the birth of W. Did you mention Miss Olsen's name so that you'd be tagged in your live stream? I'm not sure if I mentioned her because I was with her. Did you tag Miss Olsen during the live stream? You can't, dum-dum. You can't tag somebody. Me and John are the same. You can't tag somebody during a live stream. So if anything, it would have been you mentioning Miss Olsen's name during the live stream. Showing Miss Olsen during the live stream. And this was while you guys were at the hospital. While we were at the hospital and prior at my Airbnb. It's your testimony, Mr. Giese. You gave up. Baby, can you give me a drink? Or ice? I have the drink right here. I just need ice. You gave up your barbershop business in Dallas, Texas for your son. And my S&P business. What is that? I am sorry. It's scalp micropigmentation. So basically, you gave those businesses up to be here with your son. Exactly. Again, you mentioned that you had safety concerns about how the minor child slept in Miss Olsen's care. Is that right? Right. Did you ever mention or comment or text Miss Olsen to let her know those concerns? No, because she's high conflict. And again, I know I asked you this before, but no reports or anything like that to Child Protective Services or anything like that. No, sir. So have you and Miss Olsen had any arguments or confrontations after W's birth? Yes. What specific dates are those? The 28th. I know that's right, Jazzy. What specific dates are those? The 28th. That was the date where she asked you to bring the clothes up. And you guys had a confrontation and you left. Yeah. Other than that, report. Other than that, I'm just trying to get through these so I can get off your computer and move to my desk. You had a confrontation and you left. Yeah. Other than that April 28th incident, anything after that? Was there an argument? Was there an argument? Yes. No, I do not argue with her anymore. So after, you can probably fit the whole, easy. So after April 28th, 2024, there's been no arguments with Miss Olsen. No. Have you yourself ever directly asked Miss Olsen to stop posting about you on social media? Many times. When was the first time, if you recall, while we were together? A specific date, if you know. 100 times in 2022. I don't have a specific date. So 100 times in 2022. And just recently as well. Are you saying that that's the only time? No, I am asking you, how did you communicate with her? Did you text her? Did you call her? I texted her. I have the text on my other phone. I said I don't think it's in the best interest of our son for you to constantly bash me. She said okay. So you were more concerned about the well-being of W and the implications of him with respect to what Miss Olsen was posting. And mine as well. Let me now ask you this, Mr. Giese. Is this your first child? Have you had any children before this? This is my first child. Okay. And in the last year, is it fair to say that you relocated to Tampa and also Texas? I was already living in Texas. So in the last year, is it fair to say that you've lived in Los Angeles, Texas, and Tampa, Florida? Longer than a year, but I've lived in Texas and Tampa. And with respect to the threats that you contend Miss Olsen made against the barbershop, did she ever post a specific address of the barbershop? Nope. If you recall, what was the respect comment that Miss Olsen made, if you recall? Something along the lines of, it would be a shame if that barbershop got burnt down. Jesus Christ. Not arson. Did you receive any comments or negative messages as a result of that statement from Ms. Olsen? Yes, the court. Mr. Sands, I think we need to wrap it up for the day. I'm not saying you're done. I'm just saying that I think we need to stop. So why don't you step down, Mr. Giese? I assume that we're getting close to the end. Yes, yes, the court. Okay, so this is just going to be about reconvening, so I don't need to read any of this. Blah, blah, blah. So we're about... Oh, my God, we're almost done, y'all. All we have is one more. Okay, so that's the end. So now we just have Exhibit C, and this one's not long. This one's like, I don't know, 13 or 14 pages. We're almost done. Yeet, yeet. We're really powering through, y'all. Okay. Can we get any of those going? I don't know if y'all can even see it, what I just pinned. Anybody? Hello? Okay, let's keep going. Doo-doo, zoo-doo. Good afternoon, this is blah, blah, blah. This is just introductions. Introductions. Thank you, Flacco. Let's get back to... And you know the content. Okay, wait, what is this? Start with you, Mr. Giese. So I have the stipulation with the terms more detailed than Ms. Butnick just discussed. Thank you, guys. Yes, I might have gotten confused. And did you enter into voluntary with full... Okay, yeah. These are all just... What happened that day? I think the intent, Your Honor, is an evidentiary hearing on the issue of the move away. Okay, that's what... Okay, I just want to get back to fucking... Not to fucking... This is literally just them trying to figure out dates and what's going to be allowed. End of proceeding. Oh, wait. So that was it. Wait, that can't be everything, right? Is L... Where are the transcripts of her? Hold on, maybe I'm just, where's my other phone? Hold on, y'all. Give me 2 seconds. I promise you. It won't take me long to get them. I promise. You can open the comments up. Do you have the transcripts? Transcripts of Bree. This is crazy. Same, Matthias. Same, boo-boo. Hold on, let me move myself on screen. Not a circle. Hi, everyone. Keep tapping the screen. I promise you I'm going to get them real quick. It said, hold on, what? It said something about it being dropped. What, Kay? I'm asking. I don't know. No, Big Banks, there's no way to have court documents from today. If anybody tells y'all that they have... if they have court documents from today, there's no way. What do you mean, Bendy? Moderators. Gretchen! Thank you. Moderators, don't just remove people because they have a difference of opinion. Let's just... one of the lines I passed? Okay. I'll go back and read it. I think they settled. Oh, is that what happened? Usually depending on time slots in court, one will testify one day. No, she did, Sammy. She did. So for those who are just coming in and they're confused, she was there last time. She's talking in this. I know that's right. Jazz, unpin your comment and get out. Sonia, you can leave too. Angie, I don't have hers. Oh yeah, Becky, I can do that. Okay, so this is in the very beginning. I'm aware, Crystal. I know what these are. Nowhere in my life have I claimed that these are from today. I've clarified the complete opposite. But thank you for... So she wouldn't lose custody, she said before. I'm not getting mad. Why would I get mad? Fill you in. No, you're good. That's how he got 75%. 75% of what? What was on the page? Oh, Shay. We're going to get to that. Hey, Autumn. Autumn. I'm going to do it before my mods do it. You can get the fuck out. Toodles, babe. There's no 75. No. That's not true at all. She has 0 custody. None. She has visitation. That's it. I don't know where you read this. Where's the 75-25 situation? You're welcome, Kale. Okay, got it. Okay. Oh my god. Right, she has supervised visits only as of right now. So, okay, turn the comments off for a second so I can get this out. Y'all know me. I have that ADHD situation going on. Please pin this for a minute. Yeah. That's what I'm about to talk about, Mandy. Can you turn the comments off? Okay, thank you, Jazz. That makes more sense. The reason that there is no test or transcripts for testimony with her is because she ended up settling with John and his attorneys and her attorney, whatever. So let me explain that situation. Let me go back. Let me pull it up. So I can show y'all about the. Here from his stands. Okay, it's going to be less efficient in general. Does the restraining order? Okay, the court. Other than that, generally, I'd be very perceptive to have it taken out of order to that extent. Where do I have to tell Miss Olsen? Okay, here we are. The court. Why don't we get into it and see where we are? Before we do, I have to tell Miss Olsen. So this is a request for a DVRO against you. Restraining orders are civil in nature, and if one is entered and you violate it, that can be a crime. You have to think about that. She says, okay. Let me take myself off the screen. Okay. Restraining orders can have implications for a variety of things, including pew ownership, ammunition ownership, immigration issues, employment issues, any number of things that if you have a restraining order on your record, it goes into your permanent record. And when people check on things like, I know I ran into this in a school environment, your child. Hold on. Oh, wait, yeah. It's after this. Okay, so this is just telling her, like, if he gets to be a kindergartner and you want to be in the room parent, they might check and say, well, sorry, you can't because you have a restraining order. These things, can be consequential, okay? Perhaps the most important aspect of it is that under a provision of the family code, I don't know if you talked to your lawyer about it or not, section 3044, it says that it is presumptively detrimental to the interest of the minor to have a person who is found liable for having engaged in domestic violence acts, absent violence, to have sole, joint, or legal physical custody. If I were to find it's appropriate to enter a restraining order, then you would not be able to have sole or joint legal or physical custody. You can open the chat. Unless at some point down the road you were to rebuke the factors that led to that conclusion in the first place. Probably a separate legal proceeding before I could give you that. You can open the chat back up. Oops. I too did. Okay, so does that help you? Does that help explain it, where I got that from? That is the judge speaking. No. Only one person. Gretchen, are you going to be here? That is correct, Midwest Mama. No, it's not from today. There's no way to have any court documents from today because they might be getting out of, they might have just gotten out of court. Dude, get a life. Hey, Lauren Long, lick my taint. Oh, Haley, I'm not rereading this. There's 200 and something documents. I just read all of them. Sorry, babes. Haley, no. Sorry. You could send me a TikTok uni and I will reread all of them, but I just reread 200 and something documents. I don't have a link. These have just been sent to me. I'm going to upload them on my YouTube channel. So if you click the Linktree link in my bio and subscribe to it, it's just going to be a video of the documents and then there will be a separate one of me reading them. I know that's right, Shay. You welcome, sister. The reason I read these today, this is from the last... Yeah, I got you, Rachel. Oh, I don't know, user. It'll be a while. Can you scroll? What do you mean? I'm not about to sit here and... Listen, babe. Oh, Shay. So, let's go back to that. So, this is just like a little funny moment. Does anybody remember what page that was on? It was like page 70, right? What page is this? Oh, wait. Hold on. Or something like that. 75. Somebody said 75. Yeah, but mine are lined up differently because they're broken up into 3 different things. Okay, right here. Hold on. Is it this one? No, it's not that one. Is it this? Right here. Okay, so this is what they were wanting me to read. Are y'all ready for this? Can I ask what they went for court today? Can someone please tell me? Jen, so they went to court today for the DVR, a permanent DVRO. Are y'all ready? This is what everybody wanted me to read. And you said, so Bree showed up to this club that you were getting paid to be at, while you said she was about 5 months pregnant with W, which, first and foremost, is fucking diabolical. Like, I just want to, like, why are you showing up to any clubs 5 months pregnant? Are you okay? Like, what's happening? Oh, hell to the no. I know, that's a lie. Oh, wait, go back. Okay. Yeah. Did you invite her to this club? No, my best friend did. Did she show up with your best friend? Well, he's not my best friend anymore, but yeah. Is there a reason that he's no longer your best friend? Because he ate her butt? John! Why would you say that? Not ate her... Down, Daddy! I wish I could have been in the courtroom to hear him say anything about eating butt. They were so unserious. October 31st. Her in the court being on her phone the whole time was the funniest for me. That's what was the funniest? Wait, did he eat her butt while she was pregnant, y'all? Do y'all know? Sabrina, who won what? Are you talking about today's stuff? Nobody knows. He ate her butt. He ate her butt. It was Wavy, wasn't it? It was Jay Wavy. It was Wavy, I think. Wasn't it? Wasn't it? No, it was Austin. Somebody's saying no. No, hold on. She did sleep with Wavy, though, didn't she? Or no? Okay. Oh, don't yell at me. Okay. Wavy catching strays. I'm screaming. Why is everybody yelling at me? Hold on. Who did you not sleep with? I'm screaming. So many characters. So many. There's so many. Also, don't anybody comment about this thing hanging from the ceiling. Are you getting info about today from your source? Yeah, I will be. But I'm not. I mean, I haven't got anything yet. But if anything, court just ended. Like, they're probably still... He's probably still speaking to his attorney. What do you look up to see this? What? I just love how his attorney just moved on. Like, what was the reaction in the courtroom? Yeah. Let me, hold on. Let me figure out. Hi, Joanna. Hi, baby. Let me think of the best way possible. Yeah, I'm gonna highlight it because that's crazy. Can we see the final ruling at the end of the docs? At the end of these? I don't know if it's on here. Hold on. Is this C? Yeah. So, hold on. Pin tattoos comment. This is just the transcripts. I don't think there is going to be a ruling on here. Or maybe there was. This one was where she settled. This is where she settled. Can somebody pin that comment? Mama Lexi. So based off this one, what is your best guess about the results for today? Tattoo Shy, thank you for your question, because that's actually a really good question, and that's the reason that I'm actually reading these transcripts today, is to give people some insight into what's happening in the courtroom, or what was happening. They're out of court now. They have to be, because it's now 4:47 in California. I believe that he will be granted a permanent DVRO, meaning a permanent restraining order. There is somewhere it says no third party. So, and that is why I went back to this section where the judge explains to Brianna what happens if a restraining order is implemented. Okay, I can reread it for those of y'all who... So here's the thing. If a DVRO is put into place after today's hearing, the court will not know, Paula. There's no way to have new court documents out of a court session that is still in session. Just putting that out there. Mimi, read what? I've already read these documents, but I'm about to reread this part. These things, can be consequential, okay? Perhaps the most important aspect of it is that under a provision of the Family Code, I don't know if you talked to your lawyer about it or not, Section 3044, it says that it is presumptively detrimental to the interest of the minor to have a person who is found liable for having engaged in domestic violence acts, absent violence, to have sole, joint, or legal physical custody. If I were to find it's appropriate to enter a restraining order, then you would not be able to have sole or joint legal or physical custody unless at some point down the road you were to rebuke the factors that led to that conclusion in the first place. Probably a separate legal proceeding before I could give you that. It doesn't mean no visitation, but it would mean no sole or joint legal custody or physical custody, okay? All right, so you understand that? Yes, I understand. So she knew what entering into this, right? When they finally settled, she knew what she was doing. She does not want custody of her child. And she did everything she possibly could from this hearing back in last September to today so that the DVRO would be permanently granted and she would not be given custody of her child. You cannot convince me otherwise. If you think you can, let's argue about it. But you can't. I don't think you can. I've seen what I've seen. I've heard what I've heard from her. She did everything opposite. She has, if you just sat here while I read all of this, Mandy, will it not let you send that? No, this is not today's. But see, I don't think to her it's self-sabotaging, you guys. I think that this is what she wanted. I'm telling you, I firmly do not believe that she ever, since this has all happened, right? Since, Brooke, I'm going to upload these lives to YouTube. And I'm going to upload the documents on a separate post. So if you don't already, go subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's linked in my bio. Jessica, that is correct. That is all that she can hope for until she is able to go back in front of a judge and rebut those rebut the DVRO. If it's granted. If the one from today is granted. Can someone update about the mold? What do you mean update? There's not really an update about it. Midwest Mama, don't spam the chat. Nobody spam the chat, but Miss Midwest Mama, you know better. You know better, sister. Can we send subs yet? I was trying to send subs the other week. She can't say it. What about move away orders? What do you mean, Dot? Feels like she did. No, you're good. Yeah, one of the times that she brought W back, he was covered. He was like all kinds of wet, and it was one of the onesies that they had given to her at the last exchange. And when they took him out of it, it was molded from milk, like throughout, I think throughout this area. It's in this, but I already read this. I mean, according to John's mother, it was mold. I'm about to stop using this app. Is that true what somebody just said? Shay Grace? Is that why it wasn't letting us send them? I mean, it's already been done. It's already been talked about in court. Yeah. Oh, I know what mold looks like. I hope they use footage of her fighting with that lady in the restaurant. No. So that'll... Anyway. She's a liar. 2K didn't send him with moldy clothes. Malika, so many, what, Julia, what? What do you mean?
We've talked, man, out there. Can I get a strawberry refresher, please? That's what I got. You want something, Mom? All right, guys. No. Ice lemon low. Like he loves you. That's all I'm gonna say. This one. What's the best? She's a very great lawyer. Oh, she's the best.
Sorry, I was seeing if there was anything on. I was seeing if there was anything on. Where's my phone case? On Snapchat. But as soon as I know something, I'll let y'all know. And I'll probably know before most of y'all do. Where did my phone case go? Emily, so in the first one, they settled. If y'all remember correctly, they ended up settling and she ended up agreeing to the restraining order. If she didn't post anything, I mean, they may not even be out of the court yet. They may be in there still talking to attorneys, you know? Kara, what do I want to happen? I want them to issue the DVRO, a full DVRO. I want her to... What do you mean, Betty? Betty, I've been online for fucking like 17 hours. Let me take... Ew, my fat face. I'm screaming. I think I literally... How do I take my face off of here? This live has been 3 hours and 7 minutes. Oh. Yeah. Oh, I know, Sierra. I just be kidding. I would like for them to. Do you think 2K will put one on Santos 2, a DVRO? So it wouldn't be a DVRO, Carrie. It would just be an RO, right? The DV is because they were a couple and lived together. Not from today's Betty. Halfway until your 7-hour break. 7-hour break? Who's taking a 7-hour break? Oh, you're talking about to poop myself? Or to poop? Do you think we will find out anything today for DVRO? Hopefully that's the idea. Sorry, I can come back on screen now. I was trying to see. It wouldn't let me scroll over. The idea is that they will make a decision today. I don't know if they're going to have to... I think that the court's hopes is that they could get the DVRO settled before custody. No, Kat, they should be out. They'll release at like 4:30. They should be out. Vanessa, I know. I'm thinking that there might be too much today. No, it'll happen. Okay, y'all. I know some of y'all didn't hear me or didn't catch what I said earlier. So that's why I'm leaving this up on the screen. Let me go back up so that people can just read it as they come in. Right, Diary of K. Let me take my fat head off. Dual. So the reason that they would still have it, Liz. So, Jessica, because they're not the only court case, right? So they have to be able to squeeze people in. So they were in court for like 2 or 3 hours today, right? They started at what, 1:30 Pacific time and went until 4:30. That's if they're letting out at 4:30. That is what I'm gathering from all of this, is that their court only goes until 4:30. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't fucking know. I don't listen. I'm just here, okay? Oh, we're not getting that live goal, honey. You might as well back out of that. Sorry, I can't see the screen. Give me a second. Oh, because we haven't filled the gift gathering. Oh. Okay. To be a fly on the wall. Is there a page after this? Oh, yeah, babe. Amy, there's 200 and something documents. I just read through all of them. No, this isn't from today. Vanessa, I just read all of this. You just mean that section? Is that what you're asking? Y'all. How are these transcripts public? You know, I have my ways. I am going to upload the live, Melissa. I think I've said that 75 million times. That wasn't directed at you. Just in general. I know some people just weren't here. I need a break. Did you purchase them? No. Hi. I think I'm going to move to favorited for a little bit, though. Can you start tricking people asking this is from today, please? I need to laugh. Yes. Today was the... What do you mean today was the evidence? Thanks, Lily. Thanks, Pookie. Because I can say more things over there. Like I can be more free with my speech over on favorited, so... Not yet. They are probably just now being released from court. It's just now 5 o'clock in California. Austin. TB, go through the link in my bio. If you click the Linktree link in my bio, it's just an app where I live stream. It's at the top. So Linktree has all my other socials. If y'all are wanting to see these court documents without me reading, I'm gonna post this live, my live from earlier of me reading them, and then I'm gonna post a separate video with just the documents. I don't know, Maka. Do you think they'll keep them? They'll keep them there that long? You're welcome, Jay. I do what I can for the people. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. If you haven't already, hit the follow button. Drop your daily heartbeat. This thing up here, this little heart thing, drop that if you can. And then I'm going to move over to favorited for a little bit because there's no rules over there and you don't have to tap the screen. I'm going to go over there and then I'm going to be back on here around, I'll say 9 p.m. Central, so in 2 hours. Maybe a little bit before that if I hear, as soon as I hear something, I'm coming back on here. I have a couple of inside sources, okay? I have the ultimate inside source. If y'all know what I mean. Yeah. I'll be back on live here, Amy. But I'm going to continue talking about this. I'm just going to do it on favorited. Okay. Okay? Capiche? Of course, Maka. Of course, Betty. Hayden, shut up. No, I just read it. I just spent the last 4-5 hours. Are you going now or in 20? Classic, I can't stand you. I need a recap. Gretchen, get out. Wait, what's Fave? Favorited is an app. Go through the, click the link tree in my bio over here. You're welcome, Pookie. Hi, Emma. And then all my socials are in there. I think favorited is near the top. You'll see a link for it. It's just an app. There's just not any rules. I can't get in trouble. You can say whatever you want, and I can speak more freely about this. You're welcome. Come on now. Yes, subs, not the emotes. Somebody said that subscriptions are going to go to $9.99. I'm going to get off of here then. I'm not going to let people subscribe for $9.99. That's insane, and I don't believe in that. I don't like this app anymore. That's literally insane. So, just know whenever they do that, we'll be moving to a different platform. I'm screaming, Gretchen. Okay. So, give me... It's 7:02. Give me, like... 8 minutes. At most. At most. All I'm going to do is I'm going to pee... And I'm going to move over to my desk because my husband has a game thing tonight on here. And I promise I'm not 20, not 25 minutes. I'll literally go and start the live over there if I need to. Okay? Don't play with me. Mods, I'm about to unmod y'all. Because y'all are being real hateful. Anyway, Team 2K up in this bitch. Team W, Team Baby W, Team Mama 2K. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Gang up in this bitch. Love y'all. Wait, hold on. Wait. Oh, shit. Oh my God, stop. No, nothing. Okay, we're going. Nothing. It's not about that. Well, it is, but it's not about that. I can give you this tea. I'm screaming, Sophia. No, not yet. You're welcome. L, you've got us in a frenzy. You got me in a frenzy just now. Okay. Seriously, 6 minutes. Promise. I'm moving over to favorited. I love y'all. Bye. I'll see y'all back on here later tonight. Bye. Kisses.